It's like mid-joke in a
we're
scene.
live.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, good one.
Welcome.
Oh, wow, look at
Oh.
that. Oh, it's so
How
funny.
about that?
Oh.
What a funny story, Mark. I hate you guys so much.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't
Good
know how to start the
evening,
podcast.
Mega City. Everybody's falling to pieces.
Ooh.
And, we hope you stay together for this podcast. It's the Brockton Bay Book Club. We are a group of friends reading through J.C. McCrae, better known as Wild Bow's online web serial Ward, the sequel to his superhero one, Worm. We are currently in the back half of Arc 11 for another 50,000 plus words there. And let's go through all the stuff. Let's see. Playing bingo. So if you'd like to play bingo along with us, by all means, there's always a link in the description, and you can contribute to that by joining the Patreon and giving us feedback on that. We've got a spoilers channel. We've got other fun stuff going on there. We occasionally make Patreon content exclusives, like a rat and mouse tournament breakdown. And I think over the Christmas season, I would like to live stream me playing Dispatch, but as Piglet. So,
Hey, that's gonna be
yeah.
great.
Hell
That's
yeah.
way to do it. Yep.
yeah, I will be taking input, and I don't have a schedule for that. That just might be because we're taking off Tuesdays for the holiday season.
Yes, we are.
Until when, Michael?
Till January 13th.
Till the 13th. And so I might
What?
take some time to make some content that are Patreon exclusive, just because I can't have a free Tuesday. That'd be crazy.
That would
All
be
right.
weird.
Getting into the back half of Arc 11. Arc 11 Part 1 was pretty good, but Arc 11 Part 2. Opening thoughts. Nick.
Wow. It's weird how this arc did feel like it was separate enough that we could do it in two pieces, right? We ended last time with the Lord of Lost fight. This one begins with an interlude. So it really, in a weird way, feels like it could have been two arcs, although this part was definitely shorter. Overall, really enjoyed it. The interludes are great, as always. This feels like things are ramping up, right? Like, this feels like we're starting to get into the back half of Ward almost. It's been a slower burn, but this is almost like the post Leviathan fight, or like post Slaughterhouse 9, maybe even equivalent of Worm. So it does feel like things are ramping up, and I like that.
Jacob.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's it has felt these last couple arcs have sort of picked up the pace a bit. I don't know if it's just this specific arc, if you will. The kind of current little narrative going on. It feels like it's flowing a bit better than, say, the Fallen arc or the Goddess arc, which I liked a lot, but I felt the pacing on those were a bit off. This one feels like we're really building towards a pretty good little confrontation, which I would imagine is coming very soon in the next arc. So, yeah, I'm liking the build up here.
Hannah.
What the fuck, and everything hurts.
Fair.
Valid.
Fair.
Valid take.
No, I'm been loving it. Really loving it. Just the impending sense of doom that just is like has a very light chokehold on me all through these chapters. The impending sense of dread just like hanging over. Every new sentence, I'm like clutching pearls, like, oh God, please no, please no, please no. And every time it's like, I glanced over and they were fine. I'm like, oh, thank God. I can't go through this again. Not again. So I've been very much on the edge of my seat with this one for sure.
Yeah, it definitely feels like things are continuing to get worse and worse and worse. And it feels like I mean, honestly, it feels like somebody needs to die, but
Okay, I was thinking the same thing. Like I didn't want it to
Yeah.
happen, but I felt like we're gearing up for a death.
I mean, we did have a death in this chapter or in this arc.
No,
Wait, who died?
no, no,
Did we?
Alan.
What?
No, no,
What?
no one died.
I actually
no
didn't
one
catch
died.
that anybody died.
No, one person did die. There is. They're
Oh,
not a-
well,
they're-
Operator Red.
that is correct.
Okay,
Operator
I was
Red
gonna
was
say, I was
stabbed
like,
to
wait.
death by a child.
I thought you
Yeah.
were trying to. Oh my gosh! Here I was thinking you were trying to make a illusion.
Yeah,
Not
that was
illusion. Illusion.
Spoiler.
illusion.
Yes, thank you. It's something that like. Okay, listen. We've been here before. Gru's just off in the cabin. Sometimes I miss shit. And
Yeah.
Or like,
I
yeah,
just
somebody
wanted to-
died. Hannah's like, well.
And I was
I'm
like-
sorry.
Yeah, the guy we all were there when Sveta passed.
No.
I
listen,
did call
listen.
a Sveta death in my
Yeah, you did.
in my talk last time talking about Weld. So who knows? Maybe it's
You got
coming.
close. You got
Yeah,
close.
who's
in
got
that
the
fight.
the signal flags for like
Well,
oh
and that's the-
man, and Tattletale was 2 days from retirement.
I was
No,
gonna say,
no.
Every character has like a we should have seen that coming. That every character feels
Yeah.
feels like they have earned that death.
They're poised
Burned to
already.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the only one that would be, it sucks that plot armor kind of exists, but the ultimate move would be having Victoria die somehow and switching narrators partway through.
I'm waiting
That's
for
what
it.
I was wondering.
I
But
want
the
Wildbow to
kinda
pull like a
like-
big anime move.
yeah,
like
but
the
the assumption
protagonist.
is that wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen.
So
Well, isn't that
I
wasn't
will
that a
say,
thing? Hold on.
That's the only reason Gurren Lagann is good.
That's the only reason it's awful.
yeah, I'm with Jacob on this.
Here's the thing. It's good, but they handled that transition poorly. It could have been good though. I appreciate that they tried.
Yes.
I give them
I
props
did
for
appreciate it in the moment, absolutely. And then about 5 minutes later, I was pissed and never recovered.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, we don't need to turn this into a Gurren Lagann podcast. We have plenty to talk about.
Well, if it were to transfer narrators essentially, who would be our who do you think it would who's most likely to be our transfer?
I would love actually, I think the next best narrator protagonist would be Rain.
Oh,
If-
really?
Yeah, because if
Oh, I
Victoria were to
disagree.
die, well, here's the thing. If Victoria were to die somehow, Kinsey's mind would be, I think, too immature for her to be the focus. It doesn't really fit. Sveta,
Right.
maybe. Like, I could see Sveta. Damsel was interesting, but I don't think I could take a full narration of her. Like, her interlude was interesting, but I wouldn't want a whole story from that perspective. So when I think of who is the most like emotionally in tune, but still figuring things out enough to be interesting, I think Rain's a good option.
Yeah,
I think it
Sveta
would
make
be
the most
if Wildbow
sense.
was a bastard, it would be Amy.
I was about to
But-
say that.
Oh,
I was going to say
God.
Amy.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
going to say.
just a
There
complete,
you
I don't know if I'd
a
be able to
complete
keep
setting
reading.
shift, like too.
It was Amy.
You're like, okay, and that's cool, but we're gonna go to another planet where there's
Exactly.
an
Go to a
entirely
different planet
different
now,
set of
different
problems.
Woof.
It'd be neat to see because Wildbow likes to spin off into the really minor characters that have interesting perspectives and relationships to your main character. So like spinning off and getting like a Natalie POV for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
Natalie
Or
could be
maybe
fun.
someone who triggers maybe one of the heartbroken children or something like that.
Ooh.
That kind of
Yeah, I
I'd be
guess
down for
for me, it
or
would
Chicken
just-
Little.
while that would be interesting, for the main narrator, I feel like it needs to be somebody we've been with for a while, and I
Yeah,
don't
true.
know that
Yeah.
any of those would be satisfying in the same way, just personally. But
maybe Weld. Maybe it's
Weld.
Weld at the time.
oh,
See,
man.
I would love Weld because
I mean,
then we'd
Weld
be
was
back on
one
like
of the
the
old
hero
ones.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
mean,
goes
okay,
without
so
saying that obviously the undersiders, right? Give me
right, of
a
course.
tattletale Rachel and plead. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
here we
that's
go.
amazing.
Okay, we can't do the undersiders. Like
Mhm.
because we've already been with the undersiders. Like so we
Yeah.
can't do the undersiders. And we have to have somebody who, following in line with like how Wildbow considered having Theo or Weld be his mains in
Yes, yes,
lieu
yes.
of things. You have to have them adjacent, but not necessarily in the same group. So,
Sure.
who do we know that kind of falls in a lot of the same circles, but isn't part of our main crews that we've been with before? I think 2 people. Number 1, Little V.
Fair.
Mm,
That could be
Back to
fun.
Vista.
Yeah. That's gotta be a
Vista's
good
been
one.
making a lot of moves. She makes a lot of ties. We've got her with her little like she kind of got a crush for is it Byron that she has the crush on?
She kind of has
Yeah.
a crush on Tristan.
It's Tristan,
I think
right?
actually
Yeah.
is the
Okay.
yeah. Because I think
That's right, that's
Vicky's
right.
statement is like that's not going to work multiple levels.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. You're right,
So
you're
many
right.
levels.
So she's got she's got her like little romantic, thing there that might draw her in, but like ultimately she, is tied to that. We know that she has connections with the Undersiders because she hangs out with Rachel, possibly Imp
Yep.
because of that. Like, I think it would be a good transition. The alternate is also very close in Foil.
Mm,
Foil's very
Possibly.
interested in participating, but also trying to stay out of this. She's
Yeah.
been in the game a long time. And then writing wise, I think you also, and this isn't for those 2 necessarily, maybe for Foil, you have to pick somebody that is of a mindset that is close to Wildbow's. Wildbow's talked
Mm.
in the past about when he writes interludes, they're incredibly fun exercises, but they are exhausting for him to write because they're so outside of a normal thought process. And in that regards, I think you have to pick somebody that is similar. Precipice would actually be a great. I think Precipice would probably be in a really good mindset for Wildbow to write. I think he's got some of that character. I think Aiden is probably closer to that character, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd be down for
Um,
Chicken Little. Let's get back in the Undersiders.
Yeah, because Chicken Little technically isn't. Chicken Little considers himself an undersider, but like Tattletale doesn't want him to be an undersider necessarily.
Yeah.
Right.
Like there's this whole thing like she just wants him to succeed, whatever it is, because that's her new pet project, like how Taylor
Mhm.
was her pet project after her brother thing. Bernard asks, why not Parian? Parian, I think, is just not front line enough.
Yeah.
To be
I feel
fair,
like she's
Chicken Little-
reactionary.
Yeah.
You need someone who's going to be more action oriented right on the front lines.
Which is
I'm
why I
always
think
down for more
Foil's a good
Parian
example.
interludes, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
love
Of course.
Parian.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, she's a blast. I don't think she
Yeah.
would like drive the story forward
Yeah.
the same way, but
And yeah, and that's why I think I would think Rain could be a good one too, because if Victoria, well, really, I guess I kind of also forgot about Byron and Tristan a little bit. They could also
I was about to
function.
say, I think they
Um,
would be really fun because you'd have that back and
but
forth
it might
between
get
Byron and Tristan.
difficult going back and forth, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I imagine that would be a lot.
anyways.
Anyway,
oh,
fun
interesting theory.
Yeah.
Fun thought idea.
Oh, good warm up. So let's get into this back half of Arc 11. We were reading what Arc 11.9 to
B.
11.0 B. My
B.
bad.
Yeah.
To the
11.12, yeah.
Yep.
yes.
So
All right.
start us off.
7B. Interlude. Colt. Love Lost crew makes plans. Nailbiter talks about her past. Her group hits Damsel, Lookout, Imp, and some of the Heartbroken. Colt shoots Samuel, triggers, and wins the fight. Oh man. Oh. Just the fact that a trigger event is what turned the tide of the fight just sucks. Like the fact that they were doing so well, like obviously Samuel got shot, so that was a big
Right.
deal, but they were taking care of business. They were going to get him, but then they all get blasted with the trigger event headache and
Yep.
suddenly they're on the
Yeah.
back foot and they lose. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of we have that or going to have that at the end of the last one too, because we end up talking about like, oh, the cluster's going to be going down. That'll be one of ours and 3 of theirs. Like we should strike
Right.
when
Yeah.
they all go to sleep because they're forced to go down.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. We'll get to that towards the end there, but that's it's an interesting battlefield tactic, is like forcing a trigger to mess with people. I wonder if that's intentional ever.
Pisses me off.
Yeah. Well, it's they've talked about how you can't intentionally trigger, right? So it is kind of just literally it's the bad luck of it, where Colt has just probably been around so many shards that a shard found her. Or
Yeah.
just to bring in future
There's-
thing, because I think it's relevant here.
Yeah.
The idea that she perhaps inherited a loose shard from the cluster trigger
Right.
from from Love Lost, being around her so much and obviously having very strong feelings towards Love Lost, kind of these weird,
Right.
awkward maternal feelings.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting to think, because it's interesting that Victoria feels so confident she's part of the cluster all of a sudden. And I'm like, why do
Yeah,
you feel
she's
so
very
confident of that?
sure.
Yeah.
I feel like that's odd to feel that confident that that's the case. Obviously, the powers feel similar, but so there is that. But I don't know. It's interesting.
It makes me wonder
Yeah.
if there's, because like we always kind of go back to Rain's interlude where he talks in the dream about seeing the shadowy sort of, or at least like the idea
dark
that there's
section.
another part of the member of the cluster that's just sort of
Right.
invisible. And I wonder if that what they're seeing is like a portion of the shard that hasn't attached to anyone yet, and it's just kind of waiting, something like that.
Oh.
The assumption
Huh.
before was that it was a dead member, right? Because
Right. I think that was
Yes,
the
that's kind of
assumption.
what we've been going off of.
Snag mentioned they could see into it once he had died.
Yeah.
So there was kind of this partial assumption that maybe that's what it was, but we don't know.
But we never got any sort of other confirmation that anyone else in the cluster died, right?
Yeah,
Until
think so.
Snag.
Until
Yeah.
Snag, yeah.
Yeah.
There's also some weird shit. I just don't trust anything with Cradle and Love Lost, and that it's too
That's fair.
fucky wucky, and I don't like it. And I don't like that. I mean, you see it here a lot of this manipulation of like Colt clearly is like, I don't know if she just has like, she's really ADHD or she's like maybe a little mentally slow or whatever it is, but like she's clearly like not using adult brain to make adult brain decisions. Like Love Lost has this whole thing like, well, you're not a child anymore, but like clearly you're being manipulated by the group. This whole thing of like, I don't know, is this a trick question? And she's clearly like lost in the conversation half of the time. Like she doesn't know what's happening. She's trying to make the connections and they're not connecting. And then we do see that a little bit later. Victoria makes a comment about it, which we'll get to. But like it, I don't like that Colt has just kind of been in the group, and we've seen her before. You know, when she showed up at Lookout's house and was part of that crew. And like I don't like that she's just being manipulated, and they give her an upper. Like I don't know, obviously, but I feel like someone got a little fucky wucky here.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
read
for
the
sure.
trigger event if you would like.
Yes,
Sure.
actually, that would be great. Please do.
So she starts to run from one of the Heartbroken, and then Imp spins her around and shoves her back. And
Yes.
she trips on the ice. She falls down, and she's like reaching out for something, anything. She floundered like she was in water, and there was only water, so disturbed and black that she couldn't find any way up or out. There were stars in that water, and it wasn't the water churning, but sleek forms within it. As the forms came nearer, they welled up in her vision, less like a person walking toward her and more like a planet colliding with her own. That form had a mouth, and that mouth yawned open wide until it encapsulated her vision. and everything in every direction was this thing. She moved her focus around, struggled, fought, but it was like being in quicksand. She saw the heart of the thing. She saw the small star of energy and how it was broken up into 1,000 facets that were somehow all still aligned, even as the thing came to pieces. And that star, that pit at the very belly of this thing, it burned so hot and so bright it began to eat at her consciousness. Even the detachment she felt wasn't any insulation against the consuming light. But she wasn't one to follow or obey. She'd run away from. She couldn't remember the word. Her creators? She was doing a shitty job here with this new group, hurting a child. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, hold on. Here we go. The where there's more. I forgot because she comes in and out. The first step in 100,000, all undertaken in the frame of a completely different time. She stood on the edge of that pit, and the power was there for the taking. She stepped away from it, even in her desperation, into the real world where the ground beneath her hands were cold. And she had the power. She threatened to do so, threatened to pull her into that pit. But she steps at it. For the time being, she stood shaky. Others had staggered, hands to their heads. Powers had gone limp.
Yeah.
So
Well,
she
'cause-
almost falls into this pit.
Yeah.
But she has to fight and gets away from it.
Which is interesting.
I mean, is
Um,
that like an example of what a broken trigger would look like? Like if you fall into the pit, like people who want powers. If you were in this situation and you'd be like, "Yeah, I want. Wait, is this it? Is this what everyone experiences?" And you jump into the pit, like, and then everything breaks. Like, is
Interesting theory.
this the
Yeah,
new
that could make
normal?
Yeah, like it tries to suck you in too hard.
Yeah.
The-
Listen, fine. Continue. We're
Gotcha.
just gonna keep going.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and so not only are there trigger headaches, right, that everybody seems to get immediately after it. If you've triggered when there is a trigger, right, it causes you to be stunned for a moment. It seems like
Yeah.
often with triggers they have a powerful explosion of their power. And with hers being basically an emotion bomb, like it makes sense that everybody just got blasted and knocked off their ass, on their ass,
Yeah.
and whoever stood up first, which was her, and theoretically some of her teammates because she was far away, like easy for them to turn the fight. Unfortunately, sucks.
Yeah.
Is she 16 still at this point? Because they talk about her being like an adult. I was pretty sure she
I
was
think
still
she's like
16.
16 or 17.
Yeah.
She's at that
She's a
line where they're like,
teenager.
"Look, you're old
Like,
enough.
you're not
not a
really a
kid.
kid, but like, yeah. Also still dumb.
You're not really a kid, so
Prefrontal-
we're gonna give you an
prefrontal
upper and a
cortex
gun.
Not fully there.
As many Thanksgiving discussions were had, she's not cooked, like not fully cooked.
She's
yet.
not cooked yet.
Gotta-
She's not
Yeah.
cooked yet.
She
Yeah,
got
yeah.
to. She still
Gotta
got to
run
take
a
time
yolk.
to cook.
It does sound
It's true.
like something's wrong with her trigger. I agree with
Something's
him.
going on. Something's going on with it. I'm just, it's too weird that she happens to have these powers that are so similar to the cluster, and right after having taken an upper, which, I mean, not just me doubt everything, but like, was it an upper?
I mean, it came from Bitter Pill.
Hmm.
I believe. I'm pretty sure this.
Yeah, I think that's.
Was
Well, I think
it
she
I
asked
just
if it was.
don't.
She asked like, "Is this from Bitter Pill?" And she said, "No, it's just an upper."
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
just
was the
don't.
context of that.
I mean, we've been
Yeah.
manipulating Colt this whole fucking time. Why wouldn't we lie to her about what kind of a pill it is? I don't know.
True.
I
We've
just
never
don't.
seen
I-
cauldron powers in pill form though, so that would be a new development.
That's true.
Oh my gosh!
that was
Imagine if they had invented gummy technology for that shit.
Ah,
I mean, it's already liquid. It can't be
Gummy
that
cauldron.
hard to put it into a.
Oh my
into a
gosh!
pill.
If they did Flintstone vitamin.
Flintstone vitamins.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
Just add some.
You know,
gelatin
I
mix
love
to
me
it.
a good chalky vitamin.
Oh my
The
gosh!
chalky.
I love.
Here's the
Tums.
thing.
Tums are some of my favorite.
I'm
candy.
with you, Nick. They taste so good.
Oh no.
You guys are so
Yeah.
old.
Brother, ew.
Old. Are kids not taking Flintstones anymore? Come on.
Chalky,
I don't think I've been taking
chalky
Flintstone
vitamins
for a while.
make you old.
Chalky vitamins, not chalky.
Yeah.
Yeah, chalk vitamins. Bitch,
With
no
an
one
L?
takes
Got
those
that
anymore.
chalk.
Fucking help it.
Mm,
Chalk.
that chalk, that top chalk, vanilla.
Chalk, that flavor. Puts
Yeah.
puts
Oh my
all
God.
200 taste buds.
I'll do. Okay.
Oh,
Anyways,
Brother,
thank you.
what's that? What's that, brother?
There you go. There we go.
Thank you. Michael.
Everything's better now.
There
One of
we
my
go.
favorites.
And that's another check
Thank you so
off
much.
of my bingo sheet. Michael used the sound clip.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Phenomenal.
That's a good one.
Fantastic.
Let's see. Do we want to have the cult power discussion now, or do we want to save that for later?
We can save it for later.
Yeah, it
I
comes.
think-
It's more
I feel
relevant.
like it's
Yeah,
more
okay.
relevant
Yeah.
later. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was
What,
about
what
all I had.
else? What else? Bernard would like to know. Yes, that does count as a sound effect. You can mark it off on your bingo sheet.
Yup.
Yeah.
I love that chat is
So,
on top of it today.
Yeah, really.
Nice going, guys.
right.
Cheers.
So do we want to move on, or do anything else we want to discuss in this chapter? I have
Well, did
2 notes for this entire back half. So
all right.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah.
It's unfortunate that her name also works as a cape name. Like, I feel like it's hard to rebrand when
Okay.
you sound like you're a cape
Yep.
already. Not
Okay.
that Colt fits her powers at all, but like,
I mean, her movement power wise, like it's not her main thing, but it is
Yeah,
the first thing you
yeah.
kind of notice when she's bipping and bopping around.
Yeah. I have been operating under the assumption this entire time that Colt is a cape name. And so when she triggered,
yeah.
well, what? No, it's not. It's her real name. When she triggered here, I did not realize she had triggered until Victoria's chapter, where she's like, Colt? And I'm like, oh, wait. No, I guess that was a trigger. So, like,
Yeah.
I was not getting it while reading this, to be clear. Thought Colt already had a power. And that's why she was with them. Because why the fuck would you be with them and the crazy people?
Yeah,
Nah,
really.
she's an OG recruit from back at Hollow Point, where like
Yes.
where
Yeah.
they were
Punched
like
her mom.
recruiting people.
She punched her mom.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Fran points out that Crystal and Chastity also have this problem with the double
true.
cape name.
Yeah, true.
You know,
True.
as their-
Actually, most of the Heartbroken have this
well,
problem.
Crystal's her
Crystal
is
I
Laser
know
Dream.
Crystal's not a heart.
but-
I know
Yeah,
Crystal's
her
not a
cousin,
Heartbroken,
yeah.
but a lot of the Heartbroken have names where I'm like, they kind of sound like a cape name
I
already.
mean, even Rain
Right.
Basically.
gets me sometimes where they're
Yeah.
like, and then Precipice. I'm like, who?
I'm
Who the fuck is
Who?
Precipice?
No.
Hoomst?
Yeah.
What the fucking hoomst?
Nah. Also,
Yeah.
it's a dumb name. Like,
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
Rain
right.
or Precipice?
Precipice.
both.
Yeah.
I think
I mean,
Precipice is
Rain
stupid,
is kind
and
of
I
dumb
hate it.
too. Especially
Rain
since
is better than Precipice.
Rain O Fire Fraser.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's like
Okay.
naming your kid Ivy
Be a
Villain.
great wrestler name. Be a
Great.
great.
I mean,
Very.
Ivy Villain's a
Yeah.
fantastic name. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ivy Villain is phenomenal.
That's true.
No, yeah. Anything else in this chapter we want to go over?
Nah, I'm good.
Did you
All
say
right.
earlier Bernard had a question for us? I feel like you were saying something. and then
Bernard,
you
is
changed.
that a sound effect? And the
Yeah,
answer
no,
is
we
yes.
got
That
it.
was a
Ah.
sound effect.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right, 11 points.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Interlude Darlene. Darlene is with Tattlet's group as they get jammed. They fight Paris and the other mercs. Darlene dispatches Operator Red, then Cradle starts the maiming. Oh man, what
Holy
an
shit.
interesting. This was a great interlude in terms of like powers, fighting, perspective.
Yeah.
Just so much going on here, and then with all of it to end with us finding out that Cradle is the guy who is able to slice people up now, is like, oh. And as an astute commenter noticed they're like tinkers often can derive new tech from being around certain heroes or like certain powers. And who has he been with in Love Lost Crew who has a similar power of taking parts apart but still being alive?
Side piece.
Side piece and disjoint. Like both of them
Interesting.
can remove parts of themselves and yet remain alive.
Interesting.
Particularly
Yeah.
disjoint, I think.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking
Um,
about scanning and stuff.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yep.
Immediately dislike disjoint and side piece now.
Yeah. Even
Fuck you
more than you
guys.
did already.
Ugh.
I mean, really, it's more like Cradle is like Disjoint's like, hey, look at this
Fuck
cool power I
Cradle.
have, and Cradle's like, but what if I used it to hurt people?
Yoink.
Mine.
Mine. I call it a
Yeah.
mine.
Cradle is a fantastic tinker, and I've been
I hate it.
stuck on him ever since the Fallen fight, or the end of that kind of Fallen fight where Victoria and all of them fight
Mhm.
Cradle on his giant spider thing. That
Right.
fight's just stuck with me, and I just something about his tinker powers just work. I think when written out, just really fun to
Yeah.
read.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
really like, and it's something I've missed on every time I've read through, but I really like how Snag's power, how it shows up in everybody with Precipice. It's just kind of the ability to slow momentum a little bit. She
Mhm.
helps turning. With Colt, it's like the exact opposite. Like she is missed turn on a dime because of that. With him, it was the ability to essentially do the like topsy-turvy shift direction thing for Snag. With Love Lost, it's like enhanced agility. And I think at one point in time she does a dive kick because of it. She like jumps up and then like kicks at somebody.
Hmm. Maybe.
So she can do like dive kick stuff
Like a Street Fighter
and
move.
yeah, she can do some real Street Fighter shit, which is what makes her so like agile and dangerous otherwise.
Yeah.
And then for Cradle, his is very tied in with his power in terms of like it helps him just balance on his giant hand machine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
which is brilliant. Like, how do you? Okay, he's not a frontline fighter. How do you make it so that all of those abilities interact?
Mhm.
Oh, well, he's on his machine and you can't really knock him off because he's just got an intuitive nature with the balance and the momentum thing of like being able to stay on this giant hand machine, Baba Yaga type machine.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically.
Also, in that barn fight with him in the hand, didn't he have like invisible hands that were like whipping out and cutting things?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
No.
Yep.
Cradle. Yeah. No. He had. That was part of what they had to do is they had to figure out where his invisible ones were in addition to the ones they could see. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
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 Just really, really fascinating powers. It really does. It feels like there was a tier list in terms of who got like the best powers from the cluster, with Cradle at the top and Rain at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rain
for
just
real.
gets ones across the board.
Rain, and then it's like
Poor
I
guy.
would say Snag was a little above him. Love Lost above Snag, and I honestly feel like Colt, if she can learn how to use her powers, and she is technically part of the cluster, she might be
Right.
above Love Lost even
That
in
seems
terms of
pretty
yeah.
pure power.
cool. Like her stuff seems pretty
Yeah,
intense.
we'll get to her again in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah,
But
yeah.
just to
Yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Cradle definitely felt like he got the lion's share of like,
Yeah.
oh, I got all the good powers. Nice.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Paris is back, which is as awful as we expect.
So now
Fuck
we
him.
have on the bad guy side, we have Paris for Byron and Tristan.
Yep.
We've got Love Lost and Cradle and all them for Rain. We've got March helping them. So that's also with sort of with Rain and with we'll just throw in like a foil bad guy.
Mhm.
Yes.
Let's see who else do we have on the bad guy side? We've got a
We got a
couple
couple
of
of
case
case 53s.
53s.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We've also got I'm
Just
trying
a
to think if
bad
there's any
time.
I'm trying to think of anybody else that's got like a particular beef with somebody that we haven't covered. If there's like if Tattletale's parents showed up on their side too, then we'd have like the perfect setup. But Frame points out,
it's
pretty cool for a character allegedly based on Caillou. I'm assuming we're talking about Cradle.
I forgot that. Isn't that something Wildbow has said?
that's
Yeah, we've
That's weird.
discussed this previously.
So funny. I think that was discussed previously.
Weird.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Side piece and Ashley. Yeah, as Bernard points
Side
out.
piece and Ashley,
Yeah.
they do have some history.
Yep.
That's true.
Yep. I mean, Ashley and basically that whole crew just kind of
True. She was kind
weird
of
connection.
part of the crew briefly.
Yeah.
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 I guess Lord of Loss and Victoria have kind of had back and forth beef.
True.
well.
Yeah.
True. He's zip tied in the back of the van now, though, so he's
Yeah.
good.
Thank God.
Blessed.
Thank God.
Because he was.
I
he
feel
was-
like-
they were like, wow, he was surprisingly just kind of a shitty, boring guy, and I was like,
He's just
yeah,
a dude. He's
Yeah.
literally just a guy. Hit him with your car.
it's not
Yeah.
even his
We'll
birthday.
get to it. We'll get to it later, but just since we're bringing him up now, just the comment they made about him of like, we don't really want him talking. Like, we can't trust a guy who uses that many emojis in his emails.
Right?
Oh, funny. Gosh.
What a
I mean,
what a dork.
I can't remember if we said this before or not, but like the heroes basically started to collect and gather and share information, and Victoria's got this like great system that she's building of like, oh yeah, we're all gonna help each other and give each other informations, and we're gonna have a fancy fucking map and whatever the fuck. And then all the villains went, well, like, us too. I'm upset about it. I don't want them here. They should all go away.
We
No
need to
way.
find a
Meme.
Justice League Unlimited season 2.
Basically, oh my
Took
god,
the words right
that's
out of my mouth.
what I'm thinking.
All right, that's okay. I'll count it, Jacob. Jacob is a cinephile. Check.
You're just baiting us tonight, Alan.
Not even
That's
on
what it
purpose.
is. He's always
Bingo
baiting
baiting.
us, Cash.
He-
Bingo baiting.
He's a master of bingo baiting.
Yeah.
I'll make the meme. Hold on.
Nick! I can't.
I'm gonna have to do
Ah!
Nick does innuendo next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if we're gonna talk about bingo baiting, that's Nick just trying to innuendo
That'll get checked off in
Gosh.
like 5 minutes every episode, though.
Yeah, that's
True.
that's
every
kind of a
time.
giveaway.
Every time.
All right. Back to the Darlene.
I mean, any arc
interlude.
that has Kingdom Come in it, we're done. You know?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
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 That's for darn sure.
Nick baits, Hannah falls for it. It's like classic.
Uh,
Okay, Darlene.
Mm.
What a
Darlene.
fucking cool small child. I think she's fantastic. Oh my gosh. That one was fun.
She's great.
yeah. She gives
Oh, man.
aesthetically like small Ashley vibes with her black and white like gothic Lolita outfit,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
So cute.
and of the ones, she's such a like less inclined for violence compared to the rest of them.
Yeah.
Until she has to be, and then
Yeah.
she gets
Until she
gets
has
that
to be,
dub.
and then she's
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, I mean it's
Oh,
one
man.
of those like this feels like an ability that would be used by a really cool person in like a Naruto fight. Like I'm synced up to all. It's a combination of Neji and the shadow, control guy.
Yeah.
I'm synced up to your to your thing, so I know exactly where your chakra is at any given point in time, and I can make you feel my chakra.
Basically, no, oh man, and just the way, again, the creative use of a simple power for her to beat Operator Red in that moment where she's like, I'm fighting an adult man. How can I beat him? And just the
Ooh.
Yeah.
like connect, disconnect of that
So
quick,
cool.
distraction, hurting herself to hurt him because she knows she can
Yeah.
take it and he's not expecting it. Like, that was a tense fight. I really did think like
It
this could
was.
get real bad.
I mean, it did.
It did. Well, it did get bad.
It
but,
did. It did
like, I
get
thought
bad,
it'd
and
be like-
then it got worse.
she got dead bad, is what I was thinking.
She got
Yeah.
stabbed.
Yeah, she
did get
breaks
Like,
her own
multiple
fingers at
times.
one point, bites her tongue
Yep.
multiple times.
Yeah.
Those are the
does
two
get
things that
stabbed
stood
by
out
him.
to me. Oh yeah,
Hmm
There's a couple cool moments where she does the thing where she cramps her foot. She knows she can cramp her foot, and so she cramps her foot, and then also in favor of she does the thing where she stabs him and then throws her hands to the ground so that he just can't get the knife.
Yeah.
And then man.
And we get a name. I don't know if it was mentioned before, but we get a name for the arena guy if it wasn't named. Contender.
Yeah, we think we got that last time when they were researching.
Last time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the names are great too. Thud and Vulture Hawk. Great hero name. I love Thud as a name. No idea what he would do, but he or she would do, but great name.
I mean,
yeah.
That's a 4 intelligence name right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The barbarian
that's
name.
a Goliath barbarian if I've ever heard one. No, it's God, it's a Goliath bard.
Yeah.
Why do you have a 20 charisma and a 20 constitution? Let me show you. Zip, thud.
No.
No.
No. We didn't need that.
It's like the love sausage from The Boys.
No.
Doesn't have to be.
Stop it.
But it could be.
It could be though.
Nope.
New D&D character. Thud the Barbarian.
Oh
Thud the
my God.
Barbarian. Oh no,
He's
he's
a grower.
raging.
Not a shower.
That's right.
Grower.
Oh my gosh, he's enraged.
Okay. Michael, help me.
I don't know what to
Please.
do. I've given up.
Piercing damage. Roll.
Don't give up,
Reckless
Michael.
attack.
All right, Hannah's fed up with
God.
tangents. I'll check that off.
Oh my God. Get right the fuck
That
out.
was a patron submitted one too.
How could you betray me like that?
Oh my God.
I believe it was Hannah
Trust
crashes
you
out
all.
over needless segues, but
How dare you
That's
know me so
amazing.
well? How dare you?
That's fantastic.
I'm one away from a
Wow.
bingo already.
It's like Christmas
I've never
for
felt
bingo
so seen in
lovers.
my entire life.
Yep.
I've never
Fantastic.
felt more seen. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
Back to the arc.
to
I was
Darlene.
looking for
Yeah.
a villain named Cretan is one. That I love the flavor of this labyrinthine minotaur named
Yes.
hero who we only get one brief mention of what he can do, but Tattletale just says he creates non-Euclidean spaces. So you imagine those those optical illusions where the staircase keeps going and keeps going. The idea
Escher
that he's
painting.
the Escher painting where he can make spaces like that where I don't really know exactly how it works. It feels kind of like Labyrinth, kind of like Vista, but not quite his own thing.
He has inception
he's
powers.
Yeah, and he's tiny for a second, but he starts running down the hallway and he gets bigger and bigger. And
well, it seems like he
Great.
can put you in a labyrinth and he starts off a normal size as it's like that perspective puzzle game. Not subliminal. What was it called? Jacob, you know what I'm talking about. Superliminal. Yeah.
Superliminal,
We're
yeah.
as he gets closer, he literally does get bigger. The whole him moving down the tunnel thing is a forced perspective.
So
and
cool.
you're trapped in the tunnel. And as he's coming, it does feel like he's enlarging as he gets bigger. So the more wind up he has, the more big he can get, essentially.
And I can appreciate a villain with the style to name himself after something that makes sense. Cretan is perfect.
I know.
Yeah.
For those of you
really
who don't
good.
know, the Minotaur labyrinthine battle that happens in Greek mythology, the Bull of Minos, or is it
no,
Perseus or Theseus?
Theseus fights the Minotaur.
He fights him, and it takes place on the Isle of Crete, I believe. So Cretan.
It does.
So
Cretan.
We love a good accurate name.
Love a good
Yeah.
accurate name.
Hmm. Good mythology there.
Oh. For
Yeah.
me, this fight really does mirror a lot of the one-on-ones we've been having. I really like Victoria's fight with Contender.
Hmm.
That's a great knockdown, drag-out fight. I really, really like Darlene's one-on-one with Operator Red.
So good.
Dare I say, I think this might be my favorite fight.
Oh, really?
Wow.
It might be because it's straightforward. There's literally only two of them. So
It's
you
fast
know you can't.
paced too.
It's fast paced and it's an incredibly fun, unique use of powers. Victoria and
Yeah.
Contender is great, but it's two unpowered people having a knockdown, drag out fight. You could go and read that anywhere, kinda. This is an interesting use of two powers, where his ability is to know where to hurt you, essentially, and her ability is to take that and turn it back on you. Like,
Yeah.
so anytime he cuts her at the special spot, he feels that, and she could use that to advantage. So
Love it. Love it.
No, don't stab me there. That's my no-no square. I'm gonna die.
all right. My podcast juice is taking a turn for the worst on my tum-tum. And
Oh no.
I refuse to let my lactose intolerance stop me from making a chai. So
I listen. Off you go. Go.
I'm gonna let
go.
Nick take us into the next
All right.
chapter.
Milk bingo.
Take us into
square.
11.9 while Alan shits his pants.
Basically. Poor guy.
All right.
It doesn't stop him
Well-
from eating cheese or any sort of dairy, really.
As he should.
Yeah. As you know, and that is lactose intolerance is genuinely the only thing I think I've encountered where people treat it that way, right? Where it's like, oh, like I have a peanut allergy. Not
You
gonna
can't
test that
fuck with
one.
a peanut allergy.
Can't
No.
fuck with that one.
No.
It's like, oh, I've got a sensitivity to gluten. Yeah, don't fuck with that one. I'm lactose
Yeah.
intolerant. Hand me that tub of ice cream. I'm polishing this off right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it while sitting on the
I'm
toilet.
gonna make
as well.
it your problem. Yeah.
God. No, Alan
Listen,
also
in
is
one hole
allergic
and out the
to.
other.
He's also allergic to a lot of raw fruits and veggies. But his
interesting.
rule for years and years was, it's okay if I coat this apple slice in enough caramel,
Yep.
it won't cause my throat to close up. And it was this year that he got an official allergy test, and the doc was like, "Bro, you gotta stop." And they gave him an EpiPen. So Alan plays
Wow.
this game of chicken with himself, and I'm just here to reap the consequences of his dairy choices.
My
Right?
wife had
So
my wife had a boss like that once who was like, "Hey, I'm gonna eat this, and I need you to be on call in case I have a reaction. So like, here's my EpiPen."
no.
Did she get a raise for that? That's crazy.
Yeah, she should have gotten a $900 per hour bonus.
Yeah.
How much does
but-
a doctor get paid? Yeah, that much.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, 11.9.
Yeah, 11.9. Let's go.
Vicky gets a call from Vista. They share some war stories. The team meets up with Rachel. Tattletale's mercs turn traitor, and March prepares for the finale. All right. Just wanted to note my favorite quote from 11.9 is between Vista and Victoria, where Vista says, "Do you need help? I didn't plan on asking, but you have a throat baby now." And Victoria replies, "Throat abortion, technically."
Oh, funny.
That whole conversation
God.
was like dark,
Which-
but really funny.
Dark but
Yeah.
funny, which she's saying in front of the cashier for the. Oh, we got a cat on camera
I
too,
know, I
by
was
the
gonna
way.
say
Oh,
and
there
Alan's
she is.
here.
That's
there she
Bunty.
Yep, there you go. But no, which she's saying in front of the gas station clerk, who I just imagine is like slowly ringing
Just
her
like-
up, like,
Yeah. 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 So anyway, my 4-pound throat abortion.
yeah.
Weren't
God.
those
Oh, man.
on sale?
Is that what the kids are calling oral sex now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna try and make a joke about that, but I couldn't think of something fast enough. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. You
One
know.
He's
one
on it
day I'll
tonight.
be able to make the dirty jokes.
Oh, he's
One
on it.
day. Anyways.
I do love Vista. I love their interactions
Oh,
and their
gosh.
friendships.
Yes.
As like the only two didn't we talk about this? So like the only two surviving wards, quote unquote, essentially.
Yeah,
And Wild,
yeah.
you know, but who was
Wild.
there for a bit.
Brockton Bay, yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
yeah.
Shadowstalker's out there somewhere living a worse life, but
Yeah.
you know.
Really though.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Weld's there, but he was never he was more of a team leader than
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
And he was Boston. He wasn't like Brockton Bay homeboy. So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
woof.
Sheesh. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this like weird. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead,
I
Anna.
was just gonna say, there's this weird sense of like camaraderie, but also like not quite one-upping each other with the war stories thing, but like this whole like, oh yeah, no, I had a throat baby abortion situation about 20 minutes ago, and then she's like, oh yeah, I was hearing voices for 6 months of the people that have died near me, and it's
Yeah.
like, she's not, obviously they're not, you know, she's not trying to like one up her or anything. She's commiserating with her, being like, well, you know, we've both been in situations that fucking suck. I got through it, so can you, kind of a thing. But it's this weird, like, because they have all of that history and because, you know, being in those same situations, there's this, because Victoria at one point, she like bristles because of something Vista says, and then Vista immediately is like, but you know what I mean. And Victoria immediately like breathes and she's like, yeah, I do know what you mean. Like there's an understanding between them. And I really love that camaraderie. Sorry.
Is Alan banging on the walls in pain?
Not yet. No, there's I will say the bathroom is on the other side of this wall right here. So I'm getting to sort of experience
There's this
joy.
There's this Instagram reel that came up a few times for me a while back. It just says like, "Don't eat the Burger King mac and cheese," and it's just a guy filming in a bathroom, and you can see 2 feet in a stall, but the feet are like off the ground, and you just hear the guy going, "God, God."
Oh yeah.
I hate this so
I'm just
much.
imagining that's Alan right.
I can't breathe. Stop.
Oh boy,
dear.
I think she's actually hurt.
No.
How did you guys get a recording of me in the bathroom?
That was the perfect audio.
That's what I'm here for.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I'm here
Where
for.
is that from? That's horrible.
Oh.
I hate it. Thanks, I hate it.
It's from the Grape Lady video.
It's from
Yeah.
the Grape Lady.
She's stomping grape.
Nick
She
knows.
goes to stomp grapes for a news. she's
We'll
like
show
a
you later.
news lady.
We'll show you
She
later.
stomps the grapes and
Show
then she
me
trips
later.
and falls and
Yeah,
knocks
it's
wind out of
classic.
herself.
That's a classic meme. That's a
Yeah.
2000s meme.
Yeah.
Somebody
Good
hurt
one.
themselves really
OG.
bad live on TV. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You used to be able to watch all
It's
of those.
terrible.
All like
I
20
hate
of them.
that.
Yep.
Oh, I hate it.
Anyways, we were just talking about how we appreciate Vista coming back, Alan.
Yeah.
We like
Yes.
Vista.
Yeah.
Oh,
Back
Little
on
V's
top.
great. Especially since she
Yeah.
carries a gun around. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
More people need to do that. We've been over that.
Yeah, at this point, yes. It seems everyone is breaking the gun rule anyway, so like everyone just needs to carry a gun.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much, yeah. So speaking of
The
like
American
comparing war
perspective.
stories, exactly. Just carry the
That's
gun.
how you can tell this book was written by a Canadian.
Yeah.
There's not
Exactly.
enough guns.
I mean, honestly though, kind
Also,
of.
the one gun-themed hero named wait, what was his name?
Birdbrain?
No,
I was
from
thinking
the
Miss Militia.
Texas from
Oh,
the
Miss
Miss
Texas.
Militia?
Well, Miss Militia. Oh, that's true. Also, Miss Militia. I was thinking of the bullet.
Might as well
kid,
call her Miss America. You know what I'm saying?
the Texas.
I mean, she wraps herself in the American flag. So.
The Texan, is that who
the
it
Tex
is?
the
Is it
Texas the
Texan?
Texas ward who can turn himself into a bullet.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Young
yeah.
Buck.
Young
Young
Buck.
Young
Yeah.
Buck. Yeah.
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 Young Buck. I forgot
Let me name my
about
gun
Young Buck.
my gun-themed capes: Miss Militia and Young Buck.
Yeah.
There
Love
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, so I guess then the question of would you rather have a throat abortion like Victoria, or would you rather have been inside of echidna like Vista?
Oof.
Oh, right.
I
Yeah.
think I would have rather been inside of Echidna.
I actually am agreeing with that. I think I would also
Mm.
rather be inside of Echidna.
Because we know those people are asleep when they're in there. Like they and then you're in, you're out, you're coated in goo, but it's not like in you. And the other one you're conscious for.
You okay, Hannah? You all right?
Listen, here's the thing. You know what? This is an easy answer. The answer is, what does your no history look like? Because that'll tell you real quick who's into what. And I'll tell you right now, it ain't me, bitch. No, thank you, please. And no, thank you. Again, because wow. I would much rather have dead people in my head for 6 months than a throat abortion that lasts 20 minutes.
I once choked on a quarter of a chicken nugget for 10 seconds, and I think that was enough.
Imagine just Love Lost having to shut the door in the face of some like really kinky pervert that was into that shit.
Oh,
like-
God.
It's like, I told you, leave me alone. Do it again.
Someone shows up with like an impregnation trope and they're like,
Yeah.
please, please.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've dressed up like Sonic. Why
no.
won't you impregnate me?
Yeah.
I think that's been enough internet for one day.
That's enough internet for the rest of the year. Holy shit. I'm sorry, everyone. What's chat look like? I imagine they're poor. They've all left. It's
Fran
just us
asks,
talking
so
to
you're
one
saying
another.
you want to be the womb or the sperm inside the womb?
Oh,
my
that's a good
God.
way of putting it. Yeah. Good way of putting it.
It's truly,
Ah.
truly
I mean, it's the
horrific.
classic male-female dynamic. Do you want to be in, or do you want someone in you?
Wait, I've got.
Can I choose either? Can I just be a
Nick,
celibate
both
old
nun
please.
in
would
a
assume
convent?
it's a male-female thing. Yeah.
Both please smash. Yep.
Yeah,
how do
Hannah,
we-
to answer your question,
I'm
chat is facepalming. That is what chat is up to.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
I'm
know,
so sorry,
same,
chat.
Really.
I promise I'm not on drugs tonight. Except
Listen, it's the
lack
last
of
one before
sleep.
the hiatus for the
There you go.
for the
I gotta
winter.
leave him
You
with
get,
memory.
out
you get
before you see
one
the
big
family.
dose of
It's
Exactly.
true. It's
right.
true.
We can't be bringing this up around the Christmas tree, you know.
Oh,
I already
Lord.
bring Worm up enough. They don't want to hear anymore.
Actually, that's very true. Alan and I do talk about Worm and Ward a lot with our non-Ward and Worm people, family members, and it's very funny to me. It cracks me up. They're all like, "Oh, and what do you like to do?"
Like, oh, you got a new tattoo. What's that from? I'm like, you know how
Oh, yeah.
I gave you the story for all the others tattoos? It's another one of those.
Fantastic.
What are you reading?
Oh, boy.
The thing that'll get me the next tattoo. That's what I'm reading.
That's
There
what
you
I'm
go.
reading.
I love Rachel and the Heartbroken Kids dynamic. Super
yeah.
fun,
Yes.
very funny.
Oh,
Weirdly, like, we have this very major theme of autonomy and bodily autonomy, and it feels weirdly like Rachel has learned how to respect that more than many people do. In this sense of like, because it just reminded me of how, like, with my two kids, one of them loves hugs and kisses. One of them is just a hugger, right? He doesn't like the kisses. And it's like, you kind of have that respect of like, hey, what do you like? How do you like to be shown physical affection? And I love how Rachel's like going for the, like, hugs one, picks one up sort of unwillingly, but you can tell she likes it. And the other one's like, I'm good, better not to touch me. And Rachel's like, you got it. We're cool.
she does
Yeah.
the hair
some-
tousle. She
The
gets
little
her
flap
gets
that
her head
she-
on the side of her head, and then she just kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ruffles her hair, and that's it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
love
it's
it.
very cute though. Their dynamic is great. I love Aunt Rachel.
Adorable.
Aunt Rachel's
Oh.
so great.
And Rachel is
I'm-
vibes.
I'm not a fan. Bitch is fine. In the first book, interesting arc there.
Mhm.
Yada yada. Aunt Rachel is peak. Like,
Yeah.
Who knew
great.
that the best parent to these terrible kids would be the dogtistic one? You know what I mean?
right?
For real. Like,
Turns
it's
out
so
to
good
be
though
a good
because
parent, you
it's-
just got to have that dog in you.
basically. But like she is also like she's reading their body language, and it's like that pack mentality thing of like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm you affection, but I know that you don't like you don't like this, and you've set a boundary, and you've been very clear about that boundary, and I'm gonna respect that because I respect you. And it feels very like obvious and clear when so many people don't understand that boundary. So it's like
Mhm.
Rachel's just, crushing it, and she's very clear. She says later here, she's once they've got the mercenaries, and she's like, I'm gonna knock you out. And then they're talking about it, and Rachel's like, you can't say that you're gonna knock him out and then not do it. You just look weak. And she's like, yeah, you're right. I love that so much. It's
Also,
like
that
gentle
gives
coaching from the
Truitt-
sideline.
That gives Truitt a bingo.
Whoa.
I'm gonna assume
was so
for Rachel
quick.
hype being this last one.
Oh, probably. This is hype. Yes,
yeah.
I am hyping Rachel.
Yeah, we do love Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel.
Congratulations,
Love you,
Unashamed.
Truitt.
Rachel.
Man, is that the record bingo time? Like an hour in?
Pretty good.
Wow.
no.
Pretty good.
That's amazing.
We were kind of just throwing.
I
There was
didn't
also
hear that
cat
at all.
on screen, Alan, while you were away.
Yes.
Cat on screen. I saw you
cat
had
came to
cats
play.
back there. For those of you who didn't know, I had Bunty on screen at the very beginning because we know we didn't have that many people here. I'll just move my little cereal bowl right here.
Oh.
Bunty. Mhm.
Very
She's
And
got
it
a little spot
rotates
there.
back
She
into
was
the-
in your chair while you were having a moment to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. While I was having my evening constitutional, I definitely came back, and not one, not two, but all three cats came running out of this room. So I assume
Nice,
they were up
nice.
to no good,
Yeah.
Nice.
It's always good to
That's
have a good evening constitution check. Just
right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I rolled high, and that DC check was high as well.
State of the Union address.
My fellow Americans.
Okay,
I would
all
like to
right.
take this time-
All right, no, come on, back to the
Those are
mercenaries.
I've, shit my pants.
The mercs.
I would like to
The
let
mer-
America know that I have in fact not. shit
First,
myself.
I'll say about the mercenaries. How dare they? First of all, how dare you?
Yeah, how
They
dare
said
they?
they've been planning this for years. Motherfucker, what?
I have to wonder how much
That's a
Tattletale
bold
was
choice.
knew or not. Like she knew,
Yeah.
obviously.
She fucking knew. Of course
Yeah.
she knew. How did she not know?
Yeah, but she probably thought like, I've got time, and they'll only do it if this
Oh,
set of
for sure.
criteria. Also, to read out, Truitt sent me a screenshot.
Oh, perfect.
As one of our lovely
Yes.
patrons. They got Alan Rants, Rachel Hype, Milk. I guess we did talk because the lactose intolerance
did.
did
Yeah,
catch
we
up with
did.
me.
We
And
did.
a
Yes, we
sound
did.
effect used. That is
Nice.
very nice, very nice.
Easy.
Very nice.
GG.
Damn.
Yep, that was a good one.
Yeah, well done.
Ah.
Yeah, good milk.
I'll be
call.
honest, I put the milk one there. I never expect it to come up, but
you did this.
boy,
oh,
howdy,
so-
It was relevant
Alan,
today.
that was you.
it was very
It was all
relevant, and
you.
I did not mean for it to be.
Mm.
I usually
Mm.
power through. Usually doesn't cause this much of an upset. But oh, well.
I
Little
need to
upset.
You know.
I
get
do
different
I-
milk for you.
Never. I will not.
Okay. Go ahead, Jacob, please. Get us on track.
I was going to talk about my favorite milk, my favorite alternative milks.
Ooh, tell me your
Yeah, yeah.
favorite alternative milks.
No,
I was
no,
gonna say-
another
Favorite
time.
alternative.
I
Another
was gonna
time.
say it's never been easier to avoid lactose than in our world today.
I mean,
Okay,
Fair
we can
Life
have a
chocolate
whole-
milk is
listen,
like.
We can have a whole We can have a whole conversation about this. Please, I beg of you. No
See, that
more
was- that was
milk.
the
We have
pressure.
Hannah's permission. We can have a whole conversation
Yeah.
about this. Jacob, what's your favorite
Another
alternative?
time.
Oh,
Another
okay.
time.
Patreon content, perhaps? A
Yes,
milk
that's
tier list?
You know
Patreon
what?
special.
That's fine. I will skip that one. And
Oh,
you know,
As
do
somebody
literally
who's
anything
such a
else.
milk lover, you seem to not, be
I
a true
actually,
committed milk fan.
am a milk lover.
Oh, really? Well, then you should have no
I'd be
problem
down for a
contributing
milk
to
tier
the milk Patreon tier list.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh,
Make a- yeah,
okay.
battle
All
royale.
right. If we're gonna do a tier list, okay. We'll do a tier list for the patrons.
No, it's okay, Hannah. We can have another time. We can just have this discussion another time. We don't
That's
need you to get us off
Oh
track
my
too much.
God.
Anyway, Nick, you were saying.
Something about the mercenaries.
Oh my god.
I think we were just talking about how Tattletale doesn't get the wool pulled over her eyes too often.
Yeah.
True.
And by that I mean
True.
it happens way too often. And I do like how Wildbow.
Yeah.
Wildbow I think is aware that someone with Tattletale's power could be very hard to write around, and so does well to write her into positions where she either loses or is wrong or is not
Yeah.
fully got all the information, and I do
Or has splitting
respect that.
headaches.
Yeah, the headaches. This one did feel like a bit of a stretch
Stabbed.
to me, where I was like,
Mm.
years planning. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And then
Yeah, I
obviously,
think
it's got some issues at the end of the arc, but I'm curious.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
well,
we'll
I think
revisit
there's
it
a
once
bit.
we put Tattletale back together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those like, is it an instance of Tattletale can't see the trees for the forest, so to speak?
Right.
You know,
Right.
to reverse the common
Yeah.
trope where it's like she's really like big picture right now, and she's so big picture. Besides Aiden, she's so big picture she just misses these little things.
Yeah.
Or is it the case of she knew and she's like, I'm gonna have to deal with that at some point, but I know they're gonna align with me up to a certain point until they're told not to. And she was just overconfident in when that point would be, right?
That's true
Because
too. Right.
obviously they're planning to betray them, but they don't succeed. Like, like
Right.
they get caught in the act of turning traitor on Vicky and the crew. So it's like,
Right.
I mean, unless they had a hand in the whole team's failure, then that's maybe a bigger issue that Tattletale overlooked. But it doesn't seem that way from the vibe I got from the arc. It was more like our job is to try to capture you guys like everybody else, and oops, you caught us first.
Right.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Bernard points out, who foresaw the mercenaries betraying Tattletale the same way they betrayed Coil?
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, Truly Coil's heir.
listen, I'm upset about it so much because I love
Yeah.
the idea of Tattletale like buying them out from underneath Coil. Like I find that truly phenomenal and I love it so much. It's upsetting to me that they have no loyalty to Tattletale, even
Yeah.
though by definition they will go for highest bidder. But I'm upset about it.
Yeah.
It's the whole. It's
That
the.
doesn't stop
It's
me from being
Jane from
angry.
Firefly, right? How he meets with Mal. It's with
Yeah.
the mercenaries. Like they're paying me to capture you. I'll pay you double. Okay, and just turns and like shoots. shoots
Love
the
it.
other guy.
Jane's
Yeah,
Jane knows
yeah.
exactly what he's about. Bless.
Yep, yep. The yeah, it's that. But my money was given with love.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah,
But I
yeah. I
paid you
mean,
I think this
ugh.
is also my final note that I have written down. This is where
Wow.
one of the mercenaries, when they kicks off, goes to do like a judo throw, and Vicky just like whoop and stops upright, and then grabs
Yep.
his hands and just drops herself upside down, so it like pulls him down into
Amazing.
the ground. It's
Oh
like, yeah, try to judo
Phenomenal.
throw the girl who flies. Brilliant. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Genius. They weren't paid for their brains, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No.
And they
They're
also
paid to
crack
drive
super
and
easily, right? They crack. They're like,
yeah.
okay, we'll tell you everything. Please don't hurt
Yeah.
us.
Get drooled on a
You know?
little bit and you're like, we'll tell you everything.
well, I mean, they were
Oh.
hitting him with the emotion, like 2 sets of emotion
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
powers.
I forgot
and,
about that. Yeah.
Um,
And giant dog.
and they
Yeah,
were
I
hitting.
mean, no,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they weren't in a bad spot and would have cracked, but just the fact they're like, all right, we're
Yeah,
done.
after like 2.5
Yeah.
years of like keeping it on the down low, all of a sudden they're like, okay, no, actually though, we'll totally tell you.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
I'm just wondering, like, how many of these mercenaries, which ones, like, are these the same
Yeah.
mercenaries that have been with,
Mm.
Tattletale this whole time? If so, what about, I want to say it's not Samuel because Samuel's the other boy.
No,
Who's,
yeah.
you know who I'm talking about, the brother.
Yeah. The one who's kind
Name
of
is
an emotion
complete.
reader.
No. Completely escaping me. Normal brother with one hand.
See,
Was with the merchants long time ago.
this like
Oh,
Sierra's brother,
Sierra's brother.
Sierra's brother.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever that kid's name is.
'cause he was
That's
working as a merc for them for a little bit.
right? Like he's, what,
Yeah,
16 now or
I
something?
would
but-
assume
I
he's with
assume he
Sierra
died
and
when the
not with
world
18.
ended or
It'd be 18.
Or
something.
he either died or he's with Sierra would be my assumption. Since Sierra's off
Yeah.
doing her whole businesswoman
She's
thing.
got her own shit.
Well,
Running for
I
mayor and
think we
whatnot.
mentioned at some point that he was still around, like in one of the early us seeing the Heartbroken.
Really?
Well, I mean, good for him, I guess. But like, he's
so,
not
I
here
don't know.
being helpful. So, Alan,
Yep.
we're dealing with
Somebody
such a
check
big
that.
cast here.
I know we got like
You
500.
know, I can't keep
named
track of
characters.
everybody.
The fans will check that one. Chat.
Yeah.
Bryce.
Check
was
that
his
first,
name.
chat.
Bryce.
Bryce.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyways, the mercenaries do crack and basically imply that March is gearing up for the end of the world.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So
Again.
again, yeah, end of the world,
God damn it.
part 2, Electric
Fucking
Boogaloo.
Jesus.
This time with even more
Fucking
Earths.
sacred.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Shit's fucked, as they say.
It's fucked. It really is. And it only gets worse. It doesn't get better. Also, I was gonna say this earlier and I forgot to say it, so I'll say it now. Going from the interludes where shit's fucked, and then more interludes where shit's really fucked, and people are in halves and pieces and quarters, which no thank you. Going immediately into like Big V and Little V basically being like drama. Like that was such a whiplash for me to be like, oh, we're just like casually meeting up with Aunt Rachel and the vibes are fine. We can't seem to get a hold
Yeah.
of Team 1 and Team 2 seems pretty scattered at the moment. Like,
Heh.
oh God.
Scattered, you might say.
But really
Yeah.
though.
Well, no, I think I like that though, because it provides this undercurrent of like, oh, this is horrifying, but they have no idea, right? That
Oh yeah.
kind of adds that
Right.
undercurrent of that, which I really do like.
Yeah. Which like Little
true.
V Vista, when she calls and she's talking to him, she's like, oh, I heard some of the Undersiders got shot. And Victoria's like, yeah, we're still waiting to like know what happened to everybody. Like one of our teams is dark. And she's like, I'll let you know if I hear anything. And I was like waiting for Vista to say something along the lines of like, we're with them. You need to get over here now, kind of a thing. But she doesn't know either. Like no one knows what the fuck is going on right now. The fact that it takes us so long to get there was just, like I said earlier, all of these chapters, edge of my seat, just horror rising up in my heart, my poor little sweet heart. Gosh,
Just a little horror throat baby.
horror throat baby. Yeah, actually, basically.
Yeah. Anything else on 11.9?
I don't think so. Bernard,
No.
thank you for the technical look. I think Hannah's camera is like a quarter of a second off, and then it does delay
Uh-oh.
sometimes.
It happens.
It's
All
not
right, guys.
super noticeable. It is like really just barely off, I think, from your camera.
Oh, okay. I'm also, my ring light went out, so that's why I've been dark the past 2 episodes.
It hasn't been that bad.
Hannah's
Okay, good.
got a tinker power where she can cause technology to crash out with her.
With me. Crashes out with
I'm
my mood.
so upset.
Hell! Yeah. Basically.
Crashing out in multiple frames.
Yeah.
All at once.
Yeah.
All right. 11.10.
11:10.
Let's do it.
The group discusses March and Foil describes her group Trigger. They chase down half of the red team, while Foil contextualizes Tattletale, and the group gets ambushed by a new cluster member of Reigns. Colt. Foil's Trigger was fine and interesting, but for me, what I think that made the most sense here was Foil sort of contextualizing Tattletale's power in a way, in the sense of like, did Tattletale ever really plan to be Coil's heir in terms of Coil's grand scheme to take over Brockton Bay? And the answer is probably no. Like, it's much easier to be a really powerful small-time villain instead of a potentially weak large-time villain, right?
Right.
So it does kind of make sense that she's like out of her element in terms of running cities, running organizations, right? Like that's not what she's the best at. She's the best at recon. She's the best at intel. And putting her in a role where she has to be the leader and making those decisions is not probably what is best for her. Plus, her
Right.
concern about Aiden and keeping him safe just adds to that too. So I don't know. It just made me rethink like this whole plan that they had to take over Coyle's plan for Brockton Bay. Maybe it was born more out of necessity than out of, you know, a desire
Yeah.
to actually take Coyle's place.
Yeah. I like the description of like you have the large I'm gonna say ambiguous scale where you're talking about concepts and powers and conspiracies, and Tattletale's great in that. Like just having her as a general, like, hey, every now and then, do I have somebody working against me, in the long term, and her being like, probably I need more information, but I can, figure that out. Or having her stare at somebody and go, okay, your passwords are this and yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Those two individual or ambiguously large scale, great. But like you said, the medium of like her managing and dealing with a city, not so great. And she's kind of bullshitted her way through that on the coattails of, Taylor, because all she has to do is watch Taylor's back. As long as she could watch Taylor's back, that's where she thrives. But
She's the
as
guy
soon
in the
as she has
van.
to she's the guy in the van. And unfortunately, she has been the guy outside the van for a long time. Or the guy inside the van, like managing an entire fleet of vans. And
Sure.
Yeah.
it's not where she belongs.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because I think we maybe didn't appreciate how much work Taylor did. Taylor and the other Undersiders too, but
Well,
foremost Taylor, secondarily
Taylor.
for maybe a little bit Gru as well. Just in the sense of taking the burden of having to make final decisions off of somebody's shoulders for somebody like Tattletale, I imagine is a big deal, right? Where it's like, hey, I'll give you all the information. Just don't force me to be the one to tell you what the right option is. Like that's a big mental weight off of somebody. And so having Taylor previously grew, but obviously much better at it, Taylor in that role, we probably didn't appreciate at the time how much of that burden Taylor was taking and just telling Tattletale, this is what I need you to do because this is what we're going to do. And this is what I want to do and how we're going to do it. And because of Taylor's particular power, she was really good at knowing all the little details and the big picture because her master power allowed her to feel everything out so precisely and think everything through. So I imagine losing Taylor in particular definitely put a heavier burden on her in terms of leadership. I don't know. It's unfortunate. If only Coyle hadn't been a douchebag, maybe,
Dude,
he could
Coyle
have
would
been
have been
so
so
cool.
helpful in so many scenarios.
So
if
many
he wasn't,
For real.
if he wasn't just an
Gosh.
ass.
Oh man.
God. Yeah, such a great power.
To be fair though, I love Coyle's power, but I also don't want to underestimate that a good portion of it came from the fact that he had Dinah too. Like he was so
Yes.
good because he
Right.
had Dinah.
Yeah.
Because what he did,
Child
was
slavery.
like child slavery, open an alternate dimension, ask her questions till she's worn out, close that dimension, but keep the knowledge. Dinah's still fine. Open a new, wash, rinse,
Yeah.
repeat till he got all the information he needed. So it was
That's a
his
great
power,
point.
but also Dinah's power mostly too.
Bernard also points out something I was thinking as well. Great minds think alike. It sounds like Contessa and Dinah's problems too, besides Tattletale. That is true. Contessa also had a very I can think massively big picture because of Path to Victory, but also I'm good in the moment. But while she could do it, and I mean to a degree, what's his face, our Citrine's old boss. Accord.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of the thinkers had these they are good in the immediate in terms of their thinking ability and what they're doing, or they're good on these big abstract scales. I'd be curious as to how many are good at legitimately running stuff.
Need a good middle
Day-to-day,
manager. Yeah.
middle ground. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it sounds like kind of the number man was sort of really good at that in terms of keeping track of like kind of like the day-to-day Excel sheet as
Mhm.
opposed to, you know, the big mastermind plan or the tiny minute quick
Yeah.
snap judgment thought
That's
process.
true. That's true. He's good in the medium and the short. Maybe not
Yeah.
necessarily
I mean,
in the
that's
long.
why he's married to the mayor.
That's true.
It's true. Anyways,
Hannah, you froze up.
Oh, am I frozen?
We just
audio.
Cool.
ignore his camera. It's fine. This is a normal thing.
Jesus freaking Mary and Joseph. Okay.
well,
My
yeah,
life.
It's all good.
Foil's trigger. Foil's trigger is interesting. I'm not entirely sure I understand how she survived the train. Did she go through the train?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I understand the train situation either, but it seems like there's a lot of gaps in this in her telling of it anyways. Like there's stuff we're
Yeah.
missing and also
Yeah, she was being pretty secretive about a lot
pretty
of it.
vague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, her power does just cut through things, so I wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
it was something to that
Yeah.
effect.
Is there any chance that March is her sister, right? She knows that March isn't her sister.
I
Like, there's not a
feel like
chance
it would be a
that's-
much bigger.
I mean,
She
Okay, I
implies
think-
her. Well, no, she implies her sister died, but they never did
Yeah.
the autopsy on the body for her.
Mhm.
right. That's very ambiguous.
Hmm.
Open. Here's the thing: unless we see a body on a slab, I'm gonna question everything. That's
Mhm.
kind of how I go into these books so much
Though
because
to be
of
fair, well, sorry,
everything.
go ahead. Yeah, no. And to be fair, it's very possible that her sister was another member of the cluster, but did actually die.
Yeah.
Because she mentions there
I-
was somebody in our cluster who we know died. We don't know who they are, though.
I
Right.
mean,
been.
could be some real fucky wucky stuff where, like, if you want to get wild out there, you could do some, like, essentially ghost, because we know each cluster operates differently.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You know, the ghost of her crazy sister essentially
Ugh,
telling March to kill her.
Mhm.
maybe so.
Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not. I feel like there's a lot we still don't know, and I'm like
Mhm.
waiting to get a March interlude. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That might give us some more information. But in the meantime, I don't know.
It does-
I'm not so quick to let that one go and just take her at her word for it. But
Hmm.
that's just me being a skeptic.
It does feel
Mhm.
like we're moving towards a March interlude, so I'll be
Yeah.
curious if we get one.
Marching toward it,
That would be
even.
fun. What was that?
Marching towards it, even, you might say.
Yes,
wasn't
you
funny the
might
first
say
time.
that, but you shouldn't.
I can't, Nick. Anyways, okay.
Nick, you foiled Hannah's plans.
No, Jacob, Jacob, no.
She was not able
Um,
to parry, and it.
Oh,
No,
that was
see?
bad,
Listen.
dude.
her
Jeez.
love for us
My-
is lost.
I'm on the
let's not
precipice of ending this podcast.
For real.
I am on the precipice of
let's
never
not
coming
rain
back
on this
home.
parade.
No!
Oh
Oh my
my
god,
gosh,
listen,
Nick, you
I
bitch.
am
Uh,
Stop, all of you. Oh my god, it's very upsetting. I'm not witty enough to come up with a good good response.
That's
to these.
okay. You're still my darling.
now we don't
That
need to brandish your love so obviously.
All right, listen.
He wasn't in the.
Yeah, no, boo. And
Vaguely-
with that,
vaguely
the
in the
cycle is
chapter.
broken.
Boo.
Broken, Nick.
Broken trigger.
All right.
Thinking of broken
no-
things, yeah.
Well, before we get to this, because this was what 11.11.
11:10.
No.
11:10. They
on-
just
we're on
meet.
11:10. Yeah.
Long 11:10.
Yeah, they
Okay.
go right into the big old trippity trap and the
This is
van
where
gets
again, yeah,
flipped.
Van gets flipped. I'm still not certain that Victoria's right that Colt is part of the cluster. I just
Yeah,
I don't know. I want to see the proof of it before I believe her on that. She just seems so confident on it. I think maybe more in 11-11,
It
but
is
I'm just
funny you
like,
Yeah.
say that because Wildbow highlights Victoria's cape knowledge in these fights in these couple
Mhm.
the last couple chapters, like really highlighting how much of a nerd she is.
Yes.
Mm.
And so it kind of would be funny if she was a bit too overconfident about Colt and was getting it wrong,
Mm.
which would also feel like a very Wildbow thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Rain also. Well, we're getting. Okay, this is actually getting into 11-11. So never mind. I'll hold my thoughts.
that's all right. We can get to
I mean,
11-11.
we're kind of there.
We're
You
there.
might as well. Go for it.
11-11. Victoria fights Colt and other opponents, and she goes full powers geek. She talks past Colt before stalemating the fight. Love Lost offers a prisoner exchange, but keeps parts of the team hostage.
Oh, you.
Dick move.
Oh,
Trixie
you.
bitch.
Yeah, that's true.
Continue, Hannah. Yeah.
Yeah, my thought here is that because Rain also says something about it. He's like, is that my power? Basically, equivalent of something along those lines. And Victoria's like, yes, it is. Or I don't know. She doesn't say that exactly, but she says something to the affirmative of like, yes, looks like it, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I agree with you. I just don't know. I don't know. The fact that both of them see her powers and are like, that looks fucking familiar.
Yeah.
It, I mean, it certainly does seem like it, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It has all the pieces of it, right? It's got the movement from Snag. It's got the blades from
Yeah.
Precipice. It's got the emotion
Yeah.
power from Love Lost. Like, it's
It's
got the
it's a
vibe
big
of it.
boy. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, I assume with our next bit, I think arc 12 opens on an interlude.
Maybe.
I don't know if
We'll see.
if that's
Maybe.
right, but the thing is like we'll learn really quick because we're about to get some sleepy time for Rain and the cluster, and if Colt's there, that'll be telling. Or if Rain wakes back up and is like, Colt wasn't there, so she's not part of this, I don't think. Or yep, she was there, she definitely has the trait. Like we'll find out, I feel, relatively quickly from Rain after he
Maybe.
wakes from his sleeps.
I
From his
did
sleepy time.
peek. The interlude is not Rain's though, or
Ugh.
any cluster members.
Yeah.
Ah!
Let's.
I just wanted to see who it was. I was curious.
If we want to think theories on her powers, you've got like a couple options we've talked about. One, she just straight up has been hanging around Love Lost enough that she's gotten, the offshoot power, just like how Aiden has essentially Taylor's power.
Basically Taylor's, yeah.
So that's one option. Two is that there's some fucky wuckiness going around with the pill. She's somehow been incorporated into the thing, into the cluster.
Been some engineering going on here.
Yeah. Three, her power is built on essentially those around her. So like she's been hanging around Love Lost the most, so her power is like almost born on observation of that more than it is like
because it's
actually inheriting it.
Yeah, it's a breaker form, so theoretically it could be an imitation breaker form, right? And we do see this moment where like she gets knocked down by Victoria, lands near Love Lost, they talk for a bit, and then she flicks it back on again and is back in the fight. So obviously that could just be like emotional support, like, get back in there, you got this. Or it could be form ran out for a second, need proximity. Okay, I'm back. Like there could be some options there too.
That's fun. I do like that.
Yeah.
Kind of what's his name from Heroes, main character boy.
The painter.
Not the main
Boring McGee.
Yeah, boring
Boring McGee,
McGuffin.
the Vision dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever, the main brother there. But yeah, how he
Yeah.
just has his power is just copy, nearby Cape's power essentially.
Yep.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's a fun idea.
Yeah. I don't know though. I did enjoy this full like power geek fight where she's like mentally trying to cycle through what is her power, how does it work, is it a breaker form, is it this? I will say the moment I had to like do a double take because she's like she got stabbed in the chest, but then both her and Colt are surprised of like, oh, it doesn't work. It goes through me, but it doesn't work on me like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously Colt is literally day one in her powers and has no
Fresh.
idea what her powers do.
Yeah.
So
So
it makes sense
fresh.
to be like, go for the kill. Ooh, that didn't work. Not how my
Yeah.
powers work.
We've established that she's super fast. She can cut through anything as long as it's not a person. So
Yeah.
like,
And then
It's
has
an
like an
interesting-
emotional bomb kind of thing
Yeah.
that she sets
yeah.
up.
And she's not even that strong either. She's not super
Mm-hmm.
strong. In fact, she's sort of this like weird intangible sprite, like, Will o' the
Yeah.
Wisp thing, where what if you had really cool powers but you couldn't touch anything?
And of
Yeah.
course, this all goes without, we haven't talked in a while about I think this was during the goddess interlude where they were talking about how maybe it's possible to take over an entire cluster or control an entire cluster. There was talk about Tattletale maybe thinking that Cradle had a way to do that. Thoughts that maybe Goddess did that with her cluster. So I wonder if there's some tie-ins here with because I mean, didn't they even say? Am I misremembering that that was the theory? They were worried that that's what March was trying to do. Was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
March
So-
was trying to
to-
teach
yeah.
other cluster triggers how to take over the rest of their cluster and
How to-
kill them and
Yeah.
take their
Right.
powers.
In fact,
Absorb
that's
the cluster,
deal
basically.
she makes with them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like, I'm sure this is
It's-
all connected there. I'm sure that this is part
Could
of
That's
it.
how it
yeah.
feels to me,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. I feel like Wildbow's really good at doing bait and switches. And so I feel like this could be that, but it could be because because the whole thing with March and the system of drawing the triggers in is you basically trick the shard into being associated with you because of close proximity. And like
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're definitely
a bit
working on-
fucky-wacky.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
working on half a puzzle.
One potential thing that could support
Without the
she
box.
is actually part of the cluster idea. We have to remember Love lost a child in the mall event, right? And it's theoretically
yeah.
that there was another member of their cluster who died. It's
Sure.
possible, therefore, that the dead member of their cluster is her daughter, and that because Colt and Love Lost have developed these weird maternal
A
feelings,
weird.
that
Mm.
shard that was in her daughter
Mm.
transferred to Colt
Interesting.
as this sort of
Very strange.
maternal passing. So
I
Sure.
do not like it. But
Don't
very
know.
I
interesting.
don't either.
theory.
I will reject
You don't
your
have to
hypothesis.
like it. You just have to read it.
I just
Yeah.
have to.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
gonna love
this is a
it.
cool
Like,
fight,
I
though.
love stuff like this.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it is a
And
good fight. Yeah.
It's a good fight, not because the fight itself is interesting, I feel, but more because Victoria thinking through everything is cool. Of like,
I really
how do I
enjoy
solve
that
this
aspect of it.
problem?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a nice parallel with Taylor there where I really think a lot of the joy in reading Taylor's fights was her creativity in problem solving.
Mhm.
And of course hers was more power related and like the way she used her bugs and clones and webbing and all this kind of stuff and senses.
Yeah.
Or Victoria it's like just general cape knowledge that gives her ideas and workarounds and creative solutions. So Wildbow does a very, very good job with that. It's fun to read.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of emotion powers, though, we see this brief reminder of how people are affected differently, which Victoria goes into, right? Because Rachel gets hit with Colt's power and like goes
Yeah.
to like rage mode, right? Instead of being knocked down by it.
Mhm.
And then Victoria goes on this thing of like everybody reacts differently. And the one that stood out to me was she mentioned one person who turned into in response to her power went as the horny kind of submissive. And
Yeah.
I'm just trying to imagine that of like I'm just imagining this like guy who's like maybe, it's like one of those neo-Nazi guys who's like a big tough macho
Of
man.
course it is.
She hits him
Yes.
with the power and he's just like, "Oh, no.
Yeah.
Don't throw that dumpster at me, Vicky."
Don't.
That
Oh
dumpster,
no.
that big
Oh.
bumper at me.
It'd be a shame if you hit me
No.
with your dumpster.
No.
No, I'll just choose to believe that she accidentally hit Amy with it one time.
No.
Oh
Ugh.
boy, oh boy.
It happened in
Gross.
one of Coyle's
No, don't
alternate
bring
realities
Amy
that
up in this.
he disappeared.
He closed off. He was like, that
Yeah.
was too weird. Zoop.
Yep, he's like, and
Nope.
nope. That's Coyle, the Coyle Adventures. It's just Coyle going through different fanfics. What's going on in this alternate? Nope.
Close that door.
Like, look,
Mm.
sometimes you're a big macho Nazi and you just like to be a little baby sub. And you know what? That's okay. Not in the middle of a fight. That's no. That's a bit weird.
You
So,
heard it here first. Hannah's fine with
understandably.
Nazis.
Heard it here first?
That's
check with
fine.
Oh,
I'm free.
It's been a fun
Don't
ride.
It's a curse. You have to pass it
absolutely
on.
not. No, absolutely not. Nope.
I'll make
I
that
refuse.
meme too.
Mhm.
No.
Oh god.
God damn it. Oh,
This
what
is
a
why we need a
wild-
break,
what a wild
guys. Oh
time.
Lord
Yeah,
Almighty.
I know.
This is why
We
I
are
just need like a couple weeks off.
We're not.
Just need to
my
read about,
gosh.
We're not
serial
sorry at
killers
all.
for a little bit. Ugh.
There you go. There you go. I do feel like
Ugh.
1111 too. We do see now Love Lost is really she's a good example of that villain who becomes a villain when they had a sort of righteous quest but has gone too far now,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Sort of the I'm gonna I'm gonna get justice on this person for the wrong they've done, which turns very quickly into I'm gonna get revenge and hurt them for it. And
Yeah.
which turns into where she is now, which is the like, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to hurt the people who hurt me, and I don't care how many people I
Yeah.
hurt along the way. Even
Including
becoming including children, right? Even becoming worse
Yeah.
than the person who hurt me.
Right.
And it definitely does feel
Ugh.
like she's hit that she's stepped over that line now, way beyond that, working with Cradle and as bad as
For
he
sure.
is. Because I never felt that like Love Lost felt like you could almost justify it in a way of like I get why you're this
Almost, yeah.
angry, but with Cradle it never really felt that way. It felt more like a psychopathy of like I am out to hurt people now.
Sure.
So
Mhm.
Did we
now she's
ever
in there
get
too.
a Cradle interlude?
No, I don't think we did. I was
We
thinking
did
about
not.
it.
Yeah, we did
Cradle's
not.
the only one we haven't gotten.
Because
Which
his
sucks.
feels
I
like
want his.
we have. Yeah, me too. I feel like we have some justification. Well, not that this can be justified, but a little bit of understanding at least of like where they're coming from, like why we hate Rain so much. But like we don't really have anything for Cradle. We don't really
Not
know
yet.
what his motivation is. We just know that like okay, and then he's willing to literally cut people into living pieces. So like I feel like his no, I'm just dying to hear his backstory of like what actually was going on with him, at the mall or otherwise, or basically how
Now,
his power and the cluster has affected him.
yeah. I could almost see him having been because of he has tinker powers, right? And not like the others, which are a bit more physical. I almost could see him having been more of an observer rather than
Mm,
like in the mob of people at the door like the others were. I
right.
could almost see him having been like in the background watching, but just something about it caused him to trigger emotionally. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm interested to see why. Obviously, his name is Cradle. You got the cat's cradle sewing hands thing, but I
Mm,
also wonder if there's something there too with that. Kind of like
yeah.
Love Lost's name was. All of their names were kind of ironic. Like Love Lost obviously lost her daughter. Snag was trying to hold something and fell and cut himself. Like, I could see a bit of irony in Cradle's name as well, with like maybe he lost a
Yeah.
kid or something.
Yeah, and also like maybe the connection between him and Love Lost is solidified with the potential loss of a kid. That like, well, Cradle
Yeah.
gets it because he also lost a kid, or something maybe to do with a child also. Like maybe he
Yeah.
was.
I feel like they would
I
have
don't know.
mentioned that though, right? Like they would have, because
I
they mentioned
know,
Love Lost
right?
having lost the kid so many times to Rain.
That's
It
been
feels like they would have
right.
said it. So
Also, I don't
I
feel
don't
like
know.
Rain's given us any information in regards to more Cradle backstory, but even though Rain is literally getting, a front row seat to it every fourth night or whatever. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Now,
it's
correct me
interesting.
if I'm wrong though. At the end of 11:11, we find the team in pieces, right? We find Byron's in pieces. Well, no, sorry, not Byron.
Tristan's in
No, yeah,
pieces.
Tristan
Tristan's
is.
in pieces,
His
but Byron
legs are not
isn't.
connected. Yeah.
We've got some of the kids are missing parts. Like Aiden.
Darlene is yeah. So Darlene is missing an arm and
Mhm.
a thumb.
A chunk of her like there's like a
She's
divot
missing
in
an
And
her
she's
arm.
got like
hand.
just like a bit of her
A
hand. Yeah.
piece of her hand's gone.
Yeah.
Juliet has a huge triangle out of her side.
That's who
Chicken
has the
Little
triangle episode, yeah.
Chicken Little apparently like doesn't
Doesn't
quite have some
eyes,
face
ears, and
Eyes and
senses. Like
something
he's
ears.
going
missing his
on.
face.
Eyes and ears. Yeah, something's going on with his face. Specifically that his mask was holding everything together, which is awful. Just poor Chicken Little. And then let's see. So Ashley is missing a leg, but it doesn't
Mhm.
seem super bad. Like hers seems pretty chill compared to most people. Luxie is missing she has
He's
only
also
half
missing
of a
a leg part,
hand.
I think.
She's missing a leg.
She's missing part of
She's
her hand.
missing
Yeah.
yeah, she's got some more like little pieces cut out.
Yeah. And then
And
Sveta's
then
false body was cut away, but they didn't cut any of
yeah,
her body off.
Beta's body is
Yeah.
gone. Yeah.
But correct
Which
me if I'm wrong though. Did it sounded like Cradle left the tool they needed to fix everybody? He just didn't leave all the parts is kind of the like the
something like
bit.
that.
'Cause there was something somebody
Yeah.
said like that's what we need to fix everybody. Like pointing to
It
something
sounded
that
like
he
it was
left.
broken or it was like you said, yeah, in pieces or something. I didn't quite get
Yeah. And then we've
the
got like Tattletale's
picture.
torso, if I remember right.
Oh
Headless
yeah,
torso.
Tattletale has no head.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
just wreck Hannah, why don't you?
Yep.
Woof.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
this-
end of the chapter where we find out, she's sitting there, Victoria's sitting there doing something, and you're like, what is the like circle tapping, like the symbol she's trying to figure out? And then it's like she's sitting there with the hand.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
at the end of
that's
11:12. But yeah,
that's 12.
that's right.
My
But
bad.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
no, that's that's crazy. It sucks. Like this is
That one-
definitely the lowest point, I would say, of the story so
Yeah, this is
far.
pretty fucking bad.
Which means
feels
it
that-
only gets worse from
Yeah.
here.
It was an interesting choice because I'm curious. Like I'd love to be inside Wildbow's head here, where the Rain's cluster has felt like they're villains, but we've also this entire time have been like, yeah, they're bad guys, but like we kind of get it. They were
Yeah.
screwed and weren't bad beforehand, allegedly, and had the worst day of their lives, and now
Right.
here we are. And so they've kind of got this morally gray, sympathetic tone to them, and I wonder if Wild Bow wasn't comfortable like having us having our main heroes here like just straight up fight to the death, in quotes, with like another kind of morally gray antagonist. I don't know. I'm curious what his thought process was, but he made like this is such an evil turn. Like
Yes.
now there's no question. Now we're like, okay,
Yeah.
you have gone too far. You are
Yeah.
villains.
See, I kind of like this though, and we'll get into this with 11, 12, but I like that she's like, so we can kill them, right? Like
Oh,
if we
Yeah.
I
need to,
do. I
we can
agree.
kill them. I love that
Yeah.
turn now of like,
This was the
okay,
kick the dog
this
moment.
is real. Like we're
Yeah.
done with these
Mhm.
people.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
curious
cool.
how Victoria actually resolves this. If blood is shed in that way, I'll be very curious.
Right.
And I think that would be a really interesting character development choice.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
more ambiguity in this matchup, which is just an
Mhm.
interesting choice to make. So I'm curious where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we could jump into
Yeah.
11, 12, and
Yeah.
then
Yes,
we'll have
please do. I have
we'll
a
kind of
because
tie
I have
into
a
all
comment.
this.
Yep.
Yeah. 11.12, Victoria cares for the people who got navigatored. Talks with
So
Citrine and Brandish. She gets ignored by Yamada, and she tries to
Yeah.
communicate with Tattletale while Sveta uses Rain's emotion power. So, Hannah, you said you had a comment there.
Yeah, it's about just something you guys have been talking about for a while. Okay, so we've talked a lot about like who the problem is in the group, and we've kind of clarified that it's
Mhm.
Chris. Chris was the problem. But in this situation here with Victoria and how she's kind of like, so we're killing them, right? And she's getting the permission, as far as permission goes, from the people that matter. So from Citrine, from oh my gosh, what's her name? The lawyer, our favorite lawyer girl.
Citrine is the
Like,
lawyer,
no. Citrine is the mayor.
or the mayor.
Our girl who's joined the
Natalie.
group.
Natalie, yep.
Natalie, thank you.
Natalie.
So we've got Citrine basically given the unofficial yes. Natalie's basically sort of given an unofficial yes. And then now Jessica is purposefully not answering her calls. I have up to this point been very much like, no, Victoria's pretty stable. She's good. Like, I'm not worried about her. I'm worried about her now. Like, I'm actually like a little worried that this is gonna go a little sideways
telling
in
you.
terms of like her mental where she's at. Which I mean, you've called for fucking weeks now.
I've just been on that train of like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you've
ride
been
this till
on
I
it.
die. Victoria's dangerous.
Until she
She's the most
dies,
dangerous
or
member.
I die, or one of
Yeah.
us goes bad. Yeah, no,
Exactly.
I'm a little worried here. Like, we finally have official, they officially know that Jessica's not dead, and Jessica is ignoring her calls when everything is shit, and she's about to break some pretty big rules here in terms of Victoria and her, personal warrior monk code. Yeah, I'm really, really curious to see how this next bit goes. And I'm kind of upset that we're taking a little bit of a break right here because it's the
Whoops.
big shit's about to go down. So,
Mhm.
so yeah.
A bigger note to
Yeah,
come.
yeah, no,
Some
yeah,
blood.
definitely feels like a cliffhanger.
And to be fair, that is the end of every arc.
Well, yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true.
That's true. This one the most though for
It
me
is
so
a pretty
far, 'cause
it's a pretty big one. Yeah.
It only
yeah.
took 11 arcs, but we're finally getting to where I feel like, okay, yeah, there's some
Well,
stuff happening.
it,
No, I'm just
it
kidding.
took
Stuff's been
it
happening,
took our
but
entire group getting fucking injured emotionally or physically for me to be like, all right, I'm
Although I do have
locked
to
in,
point
man.
out, it's really that the Undersiders and friends are hurt emotionally and physically.
Kinda.
those are the ones we
Just
care
like-
about the most.
Yeah.
We're just like,
Yeah.
how dare you mess with our
How
beloveds.
dare you mess with Darlene
Yeah.
and Chicken Little and Tattletale? Fuck you.
I did like it's. I might have skimmed a little bit because sometimes in the fights, it's hard for me to place exactly what's happening. It felt like at one point Rachel wins a fight like off camera, and we don't really
Mhm.
see how. But I just remember thinking like, of course she did. Like the
course she
squirrel
did.
It
girl
was
of the
a
team.
nail biter. She was
Yep.
like
Love it. Yes.
Victoria
Fucking
like
whipped
knocks nail
Nailbiter's
biter
ass.
down and like
Yeah.
is able to crumple her a bit. And then while she's stunned, she has to go fight Colt, turns around, and Rachel's just like got a dog on her and holding her down. And it's like, oh, okay, Rachel's got it, cool.
Rachel's got
Like,
it. Yeah.
Ugh.
yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
Um,
I love
Classic.
it.
I think,
I love them.
yeah, because Hookline is there briefly.
Yeah.
Kitchen Sink is there briefly, but she kind of just blasts past him because Colt's the main priority because it's more dangerous
Yeah.
at that point.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they also get handled too by Victoria in part. Yeah.
I'm
So
ready to see everything.
Rain's power is interesting to me, and I want to make sure I get it right because of how they're trying to use it. They're basically using it as it's an extreme shame, like it increases your shame exponentially. But what that does is it causes your brain to quickly hardwire hard lessons, right?
Mhm.
Which is a
Yeah.
really interesting part of it, of like that shame and guilt function of like, no, I'm forcing my brain to hardwire lessons so I do better. And
Mhm.
so now with Sveta being willing to let Rain use that power on her, my question is, are they basically running Sveta through years of training, like they're sort of a, what is it, like a hyperbolic chamber where they throw a character into a training chamber and they
Right.
spend like 1,000 years training, but it takes only an hour and they come out
Right.
and
Right.
I think that was a Dragon Ball Z thing, maybe.
It sounds
Um,
some
That's.
Ball
I mean,
Z
that
ass
was
shit.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
half of every anime. Let's be honest.
yeah, exactly. But where it's like, we're putting Sveta through the ropes of
Yeah.
Rain's emotion power. Will she? My hope and my theory is that she's gonna come out of it in full control of her power, which would be
It'd be so
awesome.
cool.
Oh,
It'd be
that
so
would be
cool.
so neat.
We did get it teased right when well, we got it teased how much control she has when what's his name stole her power.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And was like, we could really see like, oh, she's got a grasp of
He's just like
this.
flopping
Doing
around.
great.
He's like,
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
doing fantastic.
She can talk and things.
yep,
Yeah.
true. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
I would love a fully realized Sveta. Just
Oh,
couple of
gosh. Oh,
other things
hoping,
that stand
hoping,
out to me
praying
too in
for
these
it.
last couple of chapters. Number one, Valkyrie's back, but she's being quarantined. So like
Mhm.
maybe we'll get a Valkyrie appearance, which would be great
Yep.
because she feels like the
Yeah,
kind of
Gritter.
power level we need to call in maybe at this point. But
Yes.
then also I
Yeah.
wanted to highlight
Getting big.
Vista basically, because old Brockton Bay is uninhabited now, she has full reign over it, and she's just folded the entirety of Brockton Bay into like a single hallway. Basically, I'm like, oh, that's
Great.
so cool.
Yeah.
Love it. Just like, okay, Vista's the linchpin. Like our job is just keep Vista safe, and they can't
Yep.
get to the
It's
time
not
bubble.
alive.
Yeah,
Wow.
I like the idea how people, talk about what's the wrinkle in time where
Yeah, the
she's
wormhole
taken
thing.
the map and she's done this with it so that nobody can get access to it. Like it's down here and it's folded up in its own little, almost like a pocket dimension,
Yeah.
because she's just
Inverted
taken
little
the
Rubik's
outside
Cube.
and like wrapped it
Yeah,
and
that's great.
yeah,
Kept it safe.
keep it secret.
Keep it safe.
Um, One mention, well, there's two fun mentions that I saw. One was a little confusing. The heterochromia girl, two different colored eyes. I was wondering about that because there is a sidekick character who's a younger girl that Rachel has hanging around with her, but she doesn't have heterochromia originally, so that threw me off a bit. But it is her. If y'all remember,
Okay.
way back when we had Cassie, aka Wag the Dog, on Parahumans Online, who was the girl that was
Yeah.
like, "How do I get in touch with Bitch? She seems really cool." Like
Oh
the
yeah.
Bitch
Yeah.
Stan online, and the person was like, "Well,
Amazing.
this is how you get in touch with her, but like, be careful." And then next we see she's like all snuggled up on Bitch and like cooking food and stuff.
Bless.
And now she's like full blown like deputy to
Love
her
it.
Outlands sheriff.
Damn,
So
love
that's Cassie making a comeback. And And then the other one is an offhand mention when talking about breaker states, that there was a parahuman who, true it, no, that doesn't count because nobody else knew. There's an offhand breaker state mention of a parahuman who stayed too long in breaker state and just decided it kind of wasn't worth unbreakering. So they are now permanently a magenta cat.
Magenta cat. We talked about this earlier.
Mm.
Yep. Did we?
Yeah.
Because I tried to mention
It
it before.
got mentioned earlier, I think, and we talked
Yeah.
about it briefly. Yeah.
Okay. So I had to do research on this because I was like, man, that feels like it's a character with some backstory. Who the heck is that? So
Magenta
it's
Cat.
a Weaver Dice campaign set in Oakland, of all places. A place that is basically already Brockton Bay post Leviathan and Slaughterhouse 9 to start.
All right.
And
So
the
like you're
answer,
I don't know anything about Oakland.
in the description of his campaign, because you can access the Wild Bow's Weaver Dice documents, like how he built the campaign, and then the transcript, by the way. He describes it as voted the most dangerous city in America.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Or worst city in America. Yeah. Beckford. So the character is Miss Wisp. I believe she is one of the like team leaders, and she goes out, and her whole thing is she's the ward leader. She enters an ethereal beast form with the caveat that for every time spent in the form, it means an exponentially greater amount of time to exit it. Minutes in that form can become an hour to a half hour to leave it. After 19 and a half hours of being buried under rubble, it looks like she'll never be returning to her human shape anytime soon. So that is the character we talk about when we're talking about the
Interesting
cat.
Interesting. That's funny. Yeah. Or just talking about Night and Fog with their Fog was the breaker form. Night, right?
Yes. The one they mentioned
Night
was the Slaughterhouse 9 character, Night Hag.
Night Hag as well, who chose to just stay in her breaker form for
because
reject
reasons.
humanity, embrace insectoid
modernity
or something. Yeah. But Fog was a breaker as well, if I recall correctly. Right?
Night.
Because Night and Fog. Because Night was less. They may have both been breakers, but Night's whole thing was if you can't see her, she turns into her breaker form. So it wasn't
but he also turns into a
fog
cloud, so I
and
guess
if you
he
inhale him, then he hurts you.
Yeah, and he also becomes the like thing that obscures. So I guess they're both breakers in that sense.
I guess so. I don't know. Interessante. Yeah. I choose to believe that Yamada is ignoring Victoria, not because she doesn't want to talk to Victoria, but because she's taking a well-deserved nap and is away from her phone.
She's unplugging.
And her assistant, she told her assistant, if I get a call, it'll wake me up. So just like answer it and turn it off so the ringtone doesn't wake me up. That is what I'm choosing to believe. It has nothing to do with Yamada feeling weird about Victoria or being too busy for her most important client.
Most important.
I mean, imagine
that's what
coming
it feels
back
like.
Online to like just immediate emails and texts.
And the first one you see is, "Hey, do I have your permission to murder someone?"
Yeah, for
hey,
real.
glad you're back.
Actually, though, if she had gotten through with Miss Yamada, there's a really good chance she probably would have asked for permission from Miss Yamada as well.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
And Miss Yamada, she wouldn't. Jessica wouldn't have given it to her though.
Yeah.
As any good therapist, she would not have given it to her, which would, I think, just cause more problems.
That is kind of like her checkpoints, right? She's like, let me get government permission from Citrine. Let me get legal permission from Natalie. Let me
Yeah.
get emotional permission from Yamada.
Yeah.
What what I could see though with happening with Yamada, because we have that brief moment where she's talking with Valkyrie, and she's like gardening, right? She's like just
Yeah.
relaxing in the other world. I could
Just having a
so
vacation.
imagine, right? Like, not that this compares at all, but at my most burnt out in teaching, if something terrible had happened to the school and the school was like not people, but right, like the building just got blown up or something. No people hurt, just building blown up. And they're like, you know what? We got 2 weeks left of the school year. We're just gonna cancel school. The sudden feeling of relief and freedom that the loss of all that work would bring, I
Yeah.
imagine for her, she's carried the weight of so many people that being yeeted to another Earth where she can't see any of her clients, can't
Forced to.
communicate with them. She's forced to take a break. She's just like, you know what?
Yeah.
This is nice.
That's
I-
the kind of high you could ride
Deserves
for a
it.
while.
Exactly, yeah. Like the
I
weight of
mean,
responsibility being suddenly
John
yanked off of
Mulaney,
you.
in terms of canceling plans at the last moment, it's crack cocaine. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Jacob
My
loves
motto:
that. I
Yeah.
know.
I've never made a plan I wasn't happy to cancel.
Yep, absolutely. So I
This is how I
could
know I'm not a true introvert.
realistically, yeah, realistically, I could see that being the case for her of just like, sorry,
Yeah.
Victoria,
Maybe she's just
I gotta
done.
tend to my carrots.
Yeah.
I gotta tend to my carrots and my tomatoes, and I'm gonna just be in my garden for a bit. And
Listen,
honestly, if
they
anybody
got real
deserves
weird
it,
deer on this earth, and they really like tomatoes. I gotta
and
stop.
she's there with Rinky and Riley.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Also
Yep.
that.
potentially. Although
They're all
they
just- they're all
said that
having
they
a grand
didn't
old time.
know about Riley
Yeah,
yet.
they didn't know about Bonesaw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Right.
unverified, as according to Vista.
Do we still need a bonesaw interlude?
You know,
I don't know
I'm
which
always waiting
would
for a bonesaw
I
interlude.
don't know which would make me happier. Bonesaw appearing suddenly on the villain side
Yeah.
as like she's back to her old ways because like obviously
back,
Bonesaw's a great villain.
baby!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sort of a new hero has arrived and Bonesaw just comes in with the save somehow of like, oh, I'm a
Amazing.
good guy now,
I'm here for
guys,
it.
but
And it's a
I
new
still have
costume.
biological. Yeah, it's a new
It's
costume.
trying to pull a Defiant,
mean-
but it's clearly a 14-year-old who's into biotinkering and is a monster.
I mean, if anybody can put pieces back together,
Right.
It's
Also
true.
true.
it's
Bonesaw
her.
could do it.
Also true.
Yeah.
I mean, if all else fails, Bonesaw can,
Call on-
Who's the who's like the
Jigsaw puzzle.
famous nurse? Oh, Florence Nightingale. She comes in, she's like, I'm not Bonesaw, I'm Nightingale.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
pretty
but
good.
actually,
That's a
though,
pretty good
I
convert
love
name.
that.
It is.
Meanwhile, there's like a
love that.
giant flesh monster behind her, like
Yeah.
Don't worry about
I love
that.
the idea of like this giant lumbering, flesh monster that's just like hulking right behind her shoulder, and she's like, "Pay no attention to the man in the corner," and everyone's like,
Bernard, I know Bonesaw
Okay.
isn't 14 years old. I know there's a whole bunch of like her slowly going through puberty finally because she put that off for so long and so much
Finally
time has passed. But like
yeah.
she's still
stopped
working her way up
blocking
through
her
that as far as
hormones.
I remember.
Listen,
So
the
we don't know
further
what
away
her
we can
age looks like is what
True.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
listen
she
with,
and
with
Valkyrie
her
both
and
were going through it.
Valkyrie, the further away we can get from the anime trope of 1,000-year-old woman who looks
Yeah,
like a
really.
10-year-old girl,
Right.
the better. Right.
The better. It'll be better for everyone.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Ugh.
all
Just,
right.
You know what I think I really want? I think I really just want an anime where the main character is an old woman who's like just phenomenal. She can just do everything, but she is like a million years old and she looks it. She's like, look, I can do a lot of things. I got a lot of magic. I cannot make myself look younger. I am an old witch, but you know what? I sure can kick ass at a lot of things. That's what I need.
It's true.
That's what I want.
I mean, it's not exactly
Old lady
the thing
core.
but Freerin is like 3/4 of the way there.
Frieren
She just doesn't look
looks
old.
15. That's my
I-
whole point.
I know. Well, no. I like that's what I'm saying. You're like 3/4 where she is old, she
This is-
acts old, she does everything old, like except
She
looks.
just
So we
needs
just
to
need
look
to.
old.
The looks
Yeah.
is the problem. The looks is the literally that is my issue with any anime that has that thing. It's literally the looks. She does not need to look like a youthful 15-year-old.
That's fair.
Hot take.
Basically.
That's hopefully a pretty cold take.
I would
Yeah,
like
no.
to
Yeah,
think that's like a medium
I would
take,
hope
but
that that's a cold
Exactly.
take.
That was a sarcastic statement.
no.
Oh man. All right.
Let's wrap this.
How are
old
we feeling?
baby up
Let's wrap her up like a little present.
like a little Christmas present.
little Christmas present.
All right. Well,
Mm-hmm.
wrapping it up. My only last note on that chapter is there's a weird sort of, as we're talking about the children upstairs and telling like, hey, people, like, you don't want to go up there. Natalie,
Yeah.
are you in or you out? Kind of. It all draws into this very sad, like, energy. Or I just feel like every moment they're having to say, like, hey, don't go up there, don't do this. Her dad rolling that once again. I know we give apparently people give him shit. Was it Mark? What's his name?
Mark. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mark.
Mark.
Yeah. Apparently people give Mark shit for just kind of being a little slow on how bad Carol is. And he, in my opinion, he's been nothing but fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like
He's doing his
once
best.
again, every
been
time
great.
he
He's
like
doing his
encounters a
best.
fuck
He's
up,
doing his best.
he does his best and he tries not to do that again. Like
Yeah, he does his best.
Yeah.
and then this is one of those things that just makes me love him more. That he just sits in the hallway. Candy's like, hey, don't
Yeah.
do well with strange guys. He's like, all right, I'll sit on the other end and we can just pass the
Pass the
ball
ball
back
around.
and forth.
Yeah.
So
That was pretty damn
and,
good.
And even because she's in costume, Brandish did a good job of listening to her daughter. Carol
Right.
does not,
Did.
but Brandish in costume does.
Brandish is pretty is a decent tape mom. Carol's a
Mhm.
fucking bitch, but Brandish is pretty good.
yeah.
Sure.
I liked her in this
Um,
moment.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
I'd
didn't.
like to
well,
think-
I didn't like her. I tolerated her.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
neutral in this moment.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think that she's had those moments.
Yeah,
Like this is
I
something
think
unlike
so.
with her and Amy. Like she can't empathize, but this is a moment that's so one-to-one for her and losing people and having people maimed and stuff that she's got to, like, she can't
Right.
separate herself. She's not that far gone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she finally did a good.
Finally did
Doesn't
a good.
redeem
Did.
her, but she did a good. So final questions. Let's see what we have here from Bernard. Nick, you don't get to guess because you've already seen it, but any predictions on the next interlude?
Oh,
March would make a lot of sense.
March would be fun.
Cradle would make a lot of sense. We mentioned not having Cradle yet as an
I
interlude.
would love a cradle interlude. That would be great. I vote cradle for this next one. I think cradle would be a great one. That's gonna be my guess. I just think that it's time we had it. You know.
Yeah, I would
Why not?
second that. Cradle would be great. I would also, we never really got a true Sveta interlude. Now would be a really cool time.
Sveta! Oh my god. Yes, please. Either of those would be
Give 'em the
lovely.
ending.
I will take
Yeah.
both. I will take both or either.
All right.
Any
And,
guesses as to why Yamada is not communicating?
I think we already went all over
I'm gonna
that.
guess carrots.
Okay, yep.
Carrots.
I'm just gonna
sticking
guess
with carrots.
carrots. I'm gonna say
Yep.
carrots.
Stick with that. Cool.
She's just tending her garden, and
Yep,
she doesn't
tending the
have
garden.
time right now.
Okay.
She just knows, and she knows she's not in a position to deal with it.
Favorite powers?
I really like Darlene. I think her fun little switch on, switch off usage of her power is just really fun and cool. I just also really like the Heartbroken Children. I think that they're very fun characters in general.
Yeah.
Their interactions with each other is great, but that fight scene with Darlene was really just fun. And like she's been through a lot of shit. And so like she can take a lot of physical pain and therefore she uses it to her advantage, and I admire that, and I think that's really neat.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Very cool power. I do want to give a shout out to Cretan as one of my favorites. Just because it feels like such a cartoon power in the sense of like, like in it, what is it? It's like Monty Python, right? Where there's this scene of Sir Robin charging the castle. You see him and he's so far
Robin!
away. You go back, you see him and he's super far away, and
I
you're
don't
like,
think
"What's
it's
happening?"
Brave Sir
You
Robin,
go-
because Sir Brave
Is
Robin
it, no, it's
runs
not
away.
Robin. He
It's
runs away. Who is it?
Lancelot.
It's Lancelot.
Is
That's
it
right. It is
Lancelot? I
Lancelot.
think he was Lancelot. But like you see him, he's far away. You
Brave Sir
flash back to the
Robin.
castle, still far away.
It's a
Flashback,
drum
and then
roll.
suddenly he's there,
for
and he's like
3
killing
minutes.
everybody. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, it's so
Amazing.
great.
Amazing.
mixed with the non-Euclidean shapes and spaces. I'm just
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
fan of weird stuff like that.
Amazing.
It wasn't a new power, but we did get a question I had always had about Foyle's power that we finally got answered, which is why she uses crossbows instead of other firearms, and kind of getting a
God.
little bit of insight into how her power
Ooh.
operates. And that whole scene I thought was
Off.
really cool.
You
Like-
shot through your thumb? Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, I made
Like-
like a, so it just blew the skin off of all of my hand
Yeah.
as it passed through.
But it worked.
What
Yeah.
about the
worked.
explosion? It would take your fingers off. Like,
Yeah, it definitely. I think Wildbow may have underestimated the actual damage that would cause, but we'll give it
Velocity
a
of a
pass
bullet.
because it was cool.
it would burn the shit out of your hand that it didn't blow off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it was cool.
it was a cool moment.
But it
Great
was
power.
cool. Rule
It
of
was very
cool,
cool.
man.
Yeah.
There's always a special place for the power that causes Scion to sidestep your attacks. So
All right.
Yeah.
cool
hell
power.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that she fuses Colt's foot to the ground, that was pretty fun.
Oh, so
Yeah.
neat. That was
Yeah.
fun.
And she fuses her foot to the ground, and then Vicky does the old, like, punches
Oh,
her
bam!
and rips the end of her toe off.
Love it.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
under
that's-
breaker
yeah,
state. It's fine.
fantastic.
Well, good table topping, you know? We used to do
Basically.
those with friends.
Yeah, for sure.
What?
I know that we've got a bunch of questions. What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Nothing. Go on.
Oh, okay. We have a bunch of, I know we've got more questions in here. I think a lot of those we will have to answer next time because I think some of those are a little bit more spoilery.
Slightly
So,
leading.
we're gonna-
Oh no.
Slightly leading.
Make a list.
So-
Make a list.
so,
Yeah, make a list. We'll get
I've
to 'em.
got stuff down here, and I assume a lot of it will just kind of get answered as we read. So,
We're this is
Ah.
the second episode in a row that people want Nick to create some D&D monsters out of different capes, like
mm,
Cradle and
Hell
other
yes.
thing.
What
called
was it? What was it last? Nursery would be a
Nursery,
good D&D
yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
Oh, was it
Yeah,
Cretan?
yeah.
Cretan would be a
Please
good
no.
D&D monster. Is that what they're saying?
oh,
Yeah.
it would be great.
Monster,
Colt
Cretan,
and
yes.
Cradle is what they're looking for.
Colt and
Which is a
Cradle.
great way to
Okay.
plug our Patreon because we will eventually do a one shot of Weaver Dice. So
We listen, we talk about it all the time, you guys. This isn't
gonna
like
happen.
a we just have a lot of other things.
now
We
that
can't even
we're
play our own D&D game.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
we have
We'll
a
get
hard
to it.
time scheduling all of our lives because we're busy.
Especially during the holidays, like, you know.
But hey, no,
Mhm.
still, don't join and expect it to happen right away. But hey, it is gonna happen,
It is happening.
and it's good to see that we have D&D fans like ourselves in the chat. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
Hey.
Yeah, very cool. Nursery in particular would be a good D&D boss because of the layer actions you could imagine from a legendary
Oh,
monster.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So.
But at the end of this, we're bringing this to a close. Thank you so much for being here, all of you, all
Yes.
of my fellow hosts. Thank you, Hannah, Nick, Michael and Jake. It's been great as always, and thank you for all of those in the live chat. We really appreciate you being here and talking with us, and for our patrons, a big old double thank you. Really love that. Don't skip the ending and the outro. Of course not. How could I?
So, when are we coming back, Alan?
We will be coming back. Michael, that's a great question.
I was like, don't forget to tell people when we're coming
I
back.
know what we're reading. I just need to know when.
No
Michael, when is
problem.
it again?
Yeah, January 13th.
January 13th,
when
we
we'll
will
be back.
be coming back with the first half of Arc 12. We'll be reading 12.Z to 12.all. There will be not one, not two, but 3 interludes in this section.
All right.
12
Is it called 12.all, like
It's called
ALL?
12.all.
Uh-oh.
All right.
That sounds ominous.
Fascinating.
Thank you guys so much for a really good year. Can't believe this is the last one of the year. We didn't know how live streaming was going to go. I speak for the whole group.
No.
But we
Yeah,
just
no
kind of
clue.
wanted to try it, and you guys have really stuck with us and made us, really enjoy this new format. And thank you for everyone who listens afterwards and can't be here live, but special shout out to everyone who's in the chat every other week.
Yeah, we
Yep,
appreciate
and like
you
I
guys.
said, for those of patrons, stay tuned. I'll be trying to make more content. Like I said, there was a suggestion. Maybe I play dispatch, but only make Director Piggott decisions. So I think that'd be a
Great.
fun playthrough.
Yeah.
Yes, Hannah.
Also, as a final plug, because we don't plug it enough, we do have merch. If you haven't gotten a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, this is a great time to get it for the holidays.
Nick's wearing it.
Or if, yeah, Nick's wearing one of our t-shirts right now. It's got the Brockton Bay Book Club logo on the front. It's a white ringer tee with black on the sleeves and neckline.
Let's go.
That's just our logo. And then we also have a Brockton Bay's sweatshirt that's really fun, very retro with some bright colors on it. I'm actually working on potentially having something new for in the new year. So when we come back, we might have some new merch. Just saying. But
Let's go.
yeah, if you know somebody who really loves either this podcast or just Brockton Bay in general and, Wild Bow and Worm and Ward, maybe get them a sweatshirt for Christmas and go, hey, you need to listen to this podcast. These people are absolutely stupid, but they're great. And that's us. Absolutely stupid, but great.
That's a ringing endorsement.
Tagline. Yep.
Michael, do you have a song for us? Play us out?
Sure.
Song?
Join the Patreon, please come on and join the Patreon. Why don't you just join the Patreon? Come support us and join the Patreon. Please help us and join the Patreon. We have fun, join the Patreon. It's great, yeah, join the Patreon. Why don't you just join the Patreon? Come on, come on.
You'll never forget your first time as a patron.
Hey, beautiful. Thank you guys for a sweet year. We will see you in the new year on the 13th with Arc 12.
We love you guys.
Happy holidays.